Hello all students, teachers and respected parents. So let's welcome to JEE Main 2026 January shift paper discussion, and this is the first day of January session, 21st January morning shift, right? And slowly we are getting the information from the students from the examination centers. And before getting into that information, let me quickly give some important instructions so that the next session students will be taken care of, right? So almost in these uh, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, almost 44 examination centers were given, 14 in Telangana and 30 about in Andhra Pradesh. And students were instructed that they will be closing the gate before half an hour, like morning session up to 8:30 only they will be allowing. That is why the students have to reach the campus and get all the procedure completed by 7:30 to 8:30, and by 8:30 student has to be inside the examination hall. And for the second shift students, afternoon shift students, they have to be within the campus by 2:30. That means from 1:30 to 2:30 checking process will be there. After that they have to be inside. After 2:30, even 1 minute late also, the student will not be entered into the examination hall, right? So please take care of this and start your journey early, whoever are having the second shift today, right? And coming to some of the important things you have to take care of, like what the NTA has shared with all the students aspiring, JEE aspiring students, is like whatever hall ticket they are carrying, the thumb impression should be there, and be very careful that left hand thumb impression should be there along with your signature. And another important point is that the student has to carry two photographs along with them, color photographs along with them, so that will be required during the process. And photo ID like Aadhaar will be mandatory to be taken care of, right? And those students who are carrying any like stationery, like they also have to take care of some important things, like the first one, whatever the pens they are taking, the pens should be transparent. That means no white color, green color, like should be there directly inside. A refill should be visible, right now. And other extra stationery, they will anyway they will not accept it, they will not allow it to be taken inside the classroom, inside the examination hall. So take care of this point. And some other instructions given, like if you are carrying the water bottles, right, the water bottle also should be transparent, that direct liquid water only should be visible, that it should not be colored, it will not be accepted. And students should wear light colored dress and not to be having a very heavy jewelry, and buttons, big buttons, clothes also will not be sent. And shoes, like whatever heels and all they are wearing, simple shoes or simple sandals like will be accepted, slippers like will be accepted. Otherwise heavy jewelry and high heel, all these are not accepted, okay? And one special instruction was given for the students who are having the problem of like diabetes, like this thing, they can carry snacks with them, like if any candies, because whenever immediate sugar down is there, that the student has to take this sugar to control the sugar level, right? So they can carry the candies, then fruits they can carry, then some ORS like also they can carry. But all these candies, whatever they are carrying, they should be taken out of the wrapper which comes with the company information and all that information, whatever printed information is there, they will not accept. So diabetic, if any children are there, they have to take care that this should be very consciously taken care of. Anything is there that has to be taken out and should be taken in some separate plain covers, so that it will be allowed inside. And even fruits also will be allowed inside. And some other if any important medicines are there, they are also allowed, but again, even the medicine also with printed information, they will not be accepting. Therefore, whatever is emergently required, just to take that thing to the examination hall. Otherwise, avoid as maximum as possible. Okay. And coming to today's paper, it is almost like 2 years hard work for the students who are dreaming for JEE Main exam, right? And very passionate preparation, going from morning to evening in different institutions, and preparing very hard from morning to night, right? So this is a 1 day, 3 hours program which will decide their career, right? So it is that is why it is a very tensed situation for the parents, and a very career deciding aspect, the 3 hour duration for the children, right now. So it is like the most precious and memorable day for the student. So he or she has to be very controlled, calm and peaceful in giving the exam, right? So because if the student get tensed, then even the easy questions also will be missed. So all will go confused, all will go mismatched, right? So that is why whichever chapters, every regularly, even in the classroom also, we will be advising to the students. Maybe every student will not prepare for all the chapters. So what we advise to them is stick to that chapter questions only which you have prepared. Only you have prepared, right now. Suppose out of the 25 questions, let's assume like from 20 chapters you are getting the questions, or 25 chapters you are getting the question. May not be, I have not prepared for all the 25 questions together, but I might have prepared for 10, 15, 18 chapters, right? So I should stick on to that chapters, their theory, detailed theory, along with the underlining of the important points, then formulas, then short notes. Ready ఉన్నాయా? వచ్చినాయా? Play చేస్తారా? Okay. So now we have got some information from our examination center. Our dear students have given a lot of effort in giving this exam fulfilled to their achievement, and we are also hoping and wishing the best the students should do according to their efforts they have put. So all our blessings and parents' blessings will be with the students, and we are hoping that the students have done very well. Some of the reactions we have collected from the examination center. So let us see how the students have performed and all. And I will continue after that.
Hello. So how was the paper? It's model. Okay. So
Okay, so till this get downloaded, right? So I was telling you very important point that how to utilize this 3 hours duration, right? So if we are in a very random activity, then very seriously we will be missing the marks here, right? In a very systematic manner, for the upcoming session students, I am giving the advice, this one very important, because from almost the 2 decades, whatever I have seen the thousands of students with that experience accumulated, I am telling you some of the very important instructions. Like whenever you are going through any exam, suppose afternoon shift only, let us assume 3 to 6 you are starting to give the paper. In this 3 to 6 paper, the moment it ticks the 3 o'clock, right, you have to spend 10 to 15 minutes of time for entire overall idea, to get the overall idea of the test paper. That means what you will do in this 10 to 15 minutes is you will go to each and every question, and after going through each and every question, you will be understanding, yes, this is a question came from the chapter I have prepared, so that I can solve it. And next question, this is a question I have prepared, but maybe more difficult because it is a very lengthy or multi-step question. Or third question, this is a question came from the chapter which I have not prepared at all. Like this, you have to go through quickly all the questions in the first 10 to 15 minutes and come to some idea that how and what questions you can solve it. The first this activity is a very important to get the overall idea of the paper, right? As a second step, what you can do as a second step is, okay, so we will see the reaction videos first, and after that I will get back.
Hello. So how was the paper? It's moderate. Okay. So overall difficulty level of the paper was what? Yeah. Every subject was moderate, like physics, chemistry, or it was hard or easy. Maths was somewhat hard. Somewhat hard. Okay. So questions were really lengthy and calculated. That's why we have a tricky level. Yeah, that's tricky. Some are tricky and some are very lengthy. Okay. In chemistry, also physical chemistry. Okay. So did you attempt any mock test? No. Okay, so how did you prepare? Whether it is for self-study or any coaching? From YouTube. Okay, great. You are a self-study student. Okay, so what tips will you give for the upcoming student? No tips from me. I don't have any experience, right? Okay. Okay, so this was the first attempt. Okay, are you satisfied with your performance? Yeah. Thank you. Hello. So how was the paper?
Hmm? Change.
Okay. So how was the paper? I felt like it was hard. It was hard. All the subjects were hard. Maths was moderate, and I felt like chemistry was harder than the last year's shifts.
వివేక్ సార్
Okay,
కూడా
so you find chemistry harder. So the questions were
వివేక్ సార్ కూడా
so
పిలవచ్చు.
questions were conceptual, formula based or like
फिजिक्स ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ వచ్చినాయి? दो आ गया. क्वेश्चन मैथ्स 4. ओके ओके. सो तब तो सर सागर सर आप ही जाओगे फर्स्ट. सर थोड़ा बात करते आ जाइए ना, बात करते. अरे ऋषि सर, हाउ आर यू? फाइन फाइन. एक सेकंड.
क्वेश्चन में देख रहा हूँ. अच्छा यहाँ
अरे बुकलेट जानी बुकलेट. कितने क्वेश्चन? चले 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 हम चलते हैं. अभी ना. So I think by seeing the reaction videos, you might have got some idea, right? So overall, when we have spoken to 40 to 50 students, this idea what we got from the students is many of the questions are tricky and lengthy. Please understand it and accordingly plan your preparation also. Tricky and lengthy. And some questions in chemistry are very easy that it can be done, and a lot of weightage was given in coordination compounds. Multiple times we have told to the students that to our resonant students that coordination compounds weightage will be definitely very high this time. So many students are saying 3 questions have come from coordination compounds, and chemical bonding also one of the chapter where they have focused much, right, in questioning, in making the questions. And surprisingly, the number of questions from physical chemistry were little comparatively lesser than previous session. And to get more insights about this JEE Main exam, our expert faculty Vivek Kumar sir is also there with us in Resonance e-learning studio. So Vivek sir, please share your thoughts, sir.
Yeah, hi Vamshi sir. Whatever we have seen the mathematics, the question are a little bit easy only, not much lengthy, because just recently I have seen the 4 to 5 question
Acha.
So trigonometry question are the easy question only. You can easily solve. Even one question came from the matrices. That question is also very easy only. But the depend upon the how you are going to be solve that question. Because I have seen some of the students are going to be solved according to the characteristics property. No need to solve that one. Just trace property you can take and the determinant property you can take. The matrices question you can solve easily into the 30 second to 1 minute only. So overall, whatever the question I have seen, sir, what we are feeling not a lengthy paper till now, up to seeing the 5 to 6 question only. We don't know after as
That
the
means
question.
that means it is like a surprise, sir, because the routine was in the maths.
Yeah.
Last 2 to 3 years, it was lengthy,
Yes, yes.
but this time it is less lengthy.
Less lengthy. That is depend upon the 6 question only.
Acha,
Because
acha.
till now
The first set of questions what we
first
have
set of
received.
question. I have seen only the first 6 question.
Okay.
Based on this 6 question, I can say it is not at all the lengthy paper is there.
Okay, okay.
Based on the 6 question.
Okay. Sir,
Yeah.
sir, one more thing is, sir, as it is a few hours last preparation, like for the afternoon session or tomorrow session students. So are there any like small chapters or small concepts are there that the students can extra solve 1 or 2 questions by revising that concepts now?
Just like one thing I will say to you, matrices must be go through the matrices, because every paper I am expecting 1 to 2 question will come from the matrices. And during the first session, question are easy, so we are expecting the next session, in the second session also the paper will come little bit easy only.
Okay, okay, okay. And what type of plan they have to make for the students who are having on 24th, like 3 days they are having, and 28th January students, they are having almost 5 to 6 days time is there.
Correct,
So
correct,
any
correct.
extra things they can do that they can perform well these 2 days students?
Yeah, just for the 24th and 28th student, I will say here, to do one thing, you 3D line and point form, perpendicular distance, foot of perpendicular, mirror image from the particular point to the line, distance along with this direction. This model, whatever I told right now, once you can do this one, definitely one question will come from here. Matrices linear type of the question. Matrices linear
Ready.
type of the question.
Ready,
I am
ma'am.
expecting, till now I
Ready,
didn't
ready,
see,
or
but
not
I am
yet?
expecting it will come definitely in your examination.
Vijay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
And sir, you told you have seen these 4 to 5 questions, right?
Yeah,
Can
5
you
questions.
quickly tell from which chapters they are there? Just to name the chapter names.
Just like one question I have said, trigonometry,
Okay.
multiple sub multiple angle,
Okay.
one question. Matrices I have seen.
Okay, matrices. Just now you covered.
Differential equation.
Okay.
Differential equation question came.
Okay.
Vector one question came.
Okay.
Till now this only.
Acha, acha. 4 questions.
Yeah, I have
requested.
gone through.
Okay, okay.
This
okay.
one only.
Okay, okay.
Question. Integration also one sum is there.
Acha.
That is the damn easy question only, integration. Different integration.
Okay, okay. And any tricks are there, sir, that generally what we observe is students will take lot of time in solving maths question.
Correct.
So
correct.
any small tricks are there that they can reduce that time?
Yeah, matrices, as I told, most of the student will take around the 3 to 4 minute maybe by doing the calculation method. But once you can use the property there, is sum of the trace, just like a square minus sum of the trace a plus determinant of a. Directly use this method. Don't go for a minus lambda I determinant. Those methods will take the more time. Directly alpha and beta value you can say by this method. Yes, sir. Some small trick are there.
So ये तो matrices का है.
Matrices.
So any other chapters, any things are there like that?
Other also integration I find here. Ki integration, once you can prove ki inside the modulus the part is the positive things are there. Once you know this is the things are the positive, directly remove the modulus and then you can start solving. Some of the students maybe they will take like a sin x and sin 3x transformation formula they can use. After transformation formula using, if you can try to be solved, it will take the more time. Simply you can put the value 0 to pi by 2, check it is the always positive. So you can directly remove the modulus and divide into the 3 part. This method hardly it will take the 40 seconds, sir.
Okay, super.
Less than 1 minute. So in this way you can reduce your the time.
Okay, great, sir. And can you suggest any of one chapter of the day, like from mathematics, that the students have to mandatorily revise today?
Sir, now I have seen the 4-5 question only. So based on the 4-5 question, I will say matrices must be revised.
Okay.
Matrices. And the first question, whatever the session I have seen, one question, easy question from the trigonometry came. This question already several times came, this model of the question in the P by P.
Okay.
So obviously, according to this trend, we can expecting कि multiple and some multiple या compound angle question again it is going to become into the second shift paper.
Achha, repetition.
Repetition will come.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, sir, it is observed like as JEE Main is getting conducted in 2 sessions,
Yes.
January and April.
Correct.
And also in every session also 4-5 days they are conducting, that to
Correct.
morning and afternoon.
Correct.
So
Correct.
lot many papers are coming.
Correct.
So what is your advice, like do they again need to go with some new questions or just stick on to the PYQ questions?
No, just I will suggest you stick with the same paper only and depend upon if your examination on the 24th is there. So I will suggest don't see the 23rd question. 23rd you can revise your notes. Yeah, whatever your the short notes is there and which type of formula you are always confused. Already you make those like a list. So from those lists, try to see all the things. If your the examination on the 28th is there, so you can revision plan up to 25th you can keep, but the 26th, 27th, no need to be do the any extra things. Apart from that, I will suggest you, so many students daily writing the PYP, one paper examination. If the 28th is there, then you can continue up to 25th. If your the 24th is there, so up to 21st you can continue this thing. After that, stop all those things. Whatever the question paper you did already, those question paper where you did mistake, those all the mistake, once again you can go through this all the things. Pattern, as the based on the 5 questions we are observing, pattern is not at all unexpected things are there. All the questions we are feeling expected only are there. Moreover, as we are in the class, in the resonance, we are always saying to the student, must we go through the PYP, almost based on the 5 sum, I will say, all the question came similar model of the PYP only.
Achha, achha.
Till now, I didn't see any new type of the question. But I won't say after the 5 question, I can see maybe some new question.
Maybe as a few questions, whatever we have collected, this is the feedback. And even in chemistry also, sir, we are expecting that there may be little surprises. Generally, the students were saying the chemistry paper comparative to physics and maths, it was comfortable to attempt more number of questions. But this time, majority of students are saying it is on the higher side. So that is one challenge. The session 1 first paper itself, we are getting from the student feedback. But the student should be blessed that they should be able to solve it better, because they have prepared for by putting a lot of effort. They have prepared for 2 years. So we wish them that even the paper is coming a little moderately higher also, the students should have that ability to crack the questions and solve it successfully. And now we are also having along with us Vijay sir, the maths faculty, and let us take the feedback from him also, what his students has shared with him.
Hi sir.
Hello sir.
Hello student, very good afternoon. Actually, as the student share with us that paper is same as last year, it was difficulty level. Maths will be, some question will be very easy, some are middle to average, and some are the moderate also, and some easy and lengthy also. It means when you are going to solve your maths paper, it is going to take about 1 hour 20 minutes at least. It might take, it means 1 hour 20 minutes you need to save for the maths part also. Okay, this year also same thing. It means around in this paper, if we see, around 50 marks will be the good marks to get the 99 percentile approx. Okay, same as last year also, many shifts
Okay, okay. So if student has to spend 1 hour 20 minutes, sir,
Yes,
then
sir.
they have to bring that extra 20 minutes from physics and chemistry.
Yes, sir.
So
It
what
means
should they do? Suppose if they are not able to solve the physics and chemistry paper within 40-50 minutes, they don't get this extra 20 minutes. So what suggestions you will give that the students can avoid few of the chapters from maths, that within the selected chapters they can perform well?
now, actually, there will be the only problem with those students who know very well everything. Every chapter they revise very well and they can solve all the questions. Because questions are like they can solve the 20, about the 20 problem, those all who revise very well. But problem when they read the question, if suppose
But
once they
but
are
a 20,
reading,
sir, but a 20 is a very much high for the student
हाँ, वो
students,
correct
right?
है.
बहुत
So
ज़्यादा ही है sir,
so
20.
that's why once they read the question, then there will be two things comes in mind. If they got the question and they are thinking that it will take time, because once any student read the question, he can identify he do it easily or it takes time. So first they should skip those questions which are going to take time for them.
Okay,
Suppose one question will take more than 7-8 minutes, then there is no meaning
okay.
of doing that
Suppose
question.
मान लीजिए, just to think of it, you have told one point that even they are able to perform 50% of the maths paper, they will be in the 99 plus percentile,
हाँ.
right? So can you quickly list down what can be the best matching chapters for this 50% performance?
So generally, if they do, they revise the quadratic equation, sequence series, vector 3D. From there, always 2 to 3 question will come in exam. Vector 3 is the most important, and from there, the many question will match with our material also.
Okay,
Generally,
okay, okay.
whenever paper comes difficult, generally it comes difficult from the algebra, like quadratic equation, sequence series. So for them, what is going to be important? One is the integration part, indefinite, definite both, and other is the complex number and vector 3D. Vector 3 always be most important.
Okay, okay. So now students, we will enter into as a few of the questions we have collected from our students. So we will start with maths, few questions discussion. After that, other subjects also will continue. So please, Sagar sir, please
Yes, sir.
continue with the maths.
Yes, thank you, sir. Okay, so dear student, we are going to start. Just a minute. Okay, so first we are going to start with the mathematics part. So this is the one question from the chapter the trigonometry, and actually it is easy one. Everyone going to get the marks. Those all who revise only notes also, because basic formula you need to remember. Okay, so as we can see, chapter. Okay, so that our chapter is the this is the question from the trigo, and it is easy only. Okay, now let's start solving this question. What we need, just only we need the formulas, basic formula I'm going to use, nothing else. It means everyone who revises only lecture notes also going to get the +4 marks for this question. Okay, let's start. So always there will be 3 4 4 5 question always will come, which easily you will be able to solve. So it means in maths 25 or 20 marks is not the big deal. Actually, marks to get the more than 40 or 45, that is going to be little bit harder. Okay, so here they give the cosec 10, that can be written as 1 by sine 10 degree minus root 3 divided by sec 10, can be written as 1 by cos 10 degree. Now we are going to take the LCM. If we take the LCM, sine 10 into cos 10, cos 10 minus root 3 sine 10. Now, as we know, whenever we have a cos theta plus or minus b sine theta, to convert in terms of cos a minus b, cos a plus b, or sine a plus b, sine a minus b, we need to divide by root a square plus b square. So, I am going to divide by root a square plus b square. A square, that is equal to 3, b square, that is equal to 1, coefficients. So, root a square plus b square 2. I am going to divide by 2. If we divide by 2, then we multiply by 2 also. 1 by 2 cos 10 and minus root 3 by 2 sine 10. Okay. In denominator, we have sine theta into cos theta, that can be written as 1 by 2 sine 2 theta. Sine 2 theta is going to be 20 degree. Okay. Now this 1 by 2 can be written as I'm converting in cos 60 degree, and this root 3 by 2 can be written as sine 60 degree. Okay. Now cos 60 cos 10 minus sine 60 sine 10, cos a plus b formula, this 2 came in numerator, that is 4, cos a plus b 60 plus 10, that is 70 degree, and divide by sine 20, and as we know sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta, sine 20 and cos 70 both are same, going to cancel, and what we are getting 4. So this was one easy one and also not taking much time. It means within 40-50 seconds a student can get the answer. Okay. Now we move to next question. Okay, this is the next question from the matrices and determinant chapter. Acha, by the way, chapter is matrices and determinant. From the matrices and determinant, this question came based on the simple calculation. It is little bit lengthy, but simple calculation and other important characteristic equation also we use. And other than this one, important topic for you, those students who are going to write the exam in the next upcoming shift. Okay. Then one is the system of equation and other is the determinant of adjoint of lambda of something, that type of the formulas. Okay, so let's start. This is A, that is 2 by 2 matrix, and they wrote a quadratic equation which satisfy by this matrix. Acha, A is 2 by 2 matrix and this quadratic will satisfy, so this is going to be characteristic equation. Okay, so from here I can get the determinant of A. What it is? Product of root, that is equal to 2, and from this one if I find determinant of A, what we are getting? That we are getting 2 alpha minus 2 equal to 2. From here we are getting value of alpha, that is equal to 2. Okay. Similarly, this is the matrix B and they give a characteristic equation. A equation was satisfied by B, so obviously it is characteristic equation. So now I am going to solve it. Here again, product of root, determinant of B. Product of root gives you determinant of that matrix. Okay, that is equal to 1. Now again, determinant of B from here, that is 1 minus beta equal to 1. So we are getting beta is equal to 0. Okay, so here we got the value of alpha and beta. It means we got A and B. Now they are asking determinant of adjoint of A cube minus B cube. So what we do, as we got alpha beta, first we find A cube, then we find B cube, and then we find adjoint. There is no need to find adjoint of A cube minus B cube. Determinant of adjoint of A cube minus B cube. What we are going to use? Determinant of adjoint A, that A power n minus 1. So that is going to be determinant of A cube minus B cube whole power n minus 1. N is 2 because matrix is 2 by 2 order, so whole power 1. So just simply you need to find determinant of A cube minus B cube. So as you got A and B very well, 2 by 2 matrices hai, easily we can get the A cube and B cube. Then when you calculate the determinant of A cube minus B cube, that is going to be 11. Okay. Now coming to next question. Okay, again this is the question from the definite integration 0 to pi by 2 modulus of sin x plus sin 2x plus sin 3x dx. Okay, so as the chapter we can see, chapter is the definite integration di, and what it is also easy because with respect to definite integration modulus is a common problem. Okay, so you cannot take this one as the difficult, it is also easy only. Okay, so we need integration 0 to pi by 2 modulus of sin x plus sin 2x and plus sin 3x. Okay, you have two options. Either first you use some trigonometric simplification and then we divide where it is positive and where it is negative. Okay, when you find yes, sin x plus sin 3x can be taken as sin c plus sin d, 2 sin c plus d by 2, for example sin x plus sin 3x. When I use 2 sin c plus d by 2, that is sin 2x, and then cos c minus d by 2, that is cos x. Okay, what I use? I just use CD formula in the pair sine x plus sine 3x. Then remaining we have sine 2x. In these both, sine 2x can be common. Okay, sine 2x common, 2 cos x plus 1. Now as you can see, in 0 to pi by 2, x is 0 to pi by 2, 2x will be 0 to pi. Sine is positive in first and second quadrant. 0 to pi by 2, cos is positive, so total product is positive. Okay, it means this quantity is completely positive in 0 to pi by 2. Okay, suppose what if limit is 0 to pi they do, then what we do, we use the property 6, we have the limit 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so here as I got that this complete expression is positive in 0 to pi by 2, so directly we can remove the modulus. So what I'm to do, I'm going to integrate sin x, sin 2x, sin 3x directly because it is positive only. Sin x integration minus cos x, sin 2x minus cos 2x by 2, sin 3x minus cos 3x by 3. What is the limit we have? 0 to pi by 2. Okay, now we put x equal to pi by 2, then we put x equal to 0. If I put pi by 2, cos pi by 2 0, cos pi by 2 into 2, cos pi is minus 1, so you minus minus plus 1 by 2. Then cos 3 pi by 2 again 0, minus lower limit 0 we put. If you put 0, cos 0 is 1, minus 1, cos 0 1, minus 1 by 2, cos 0 minus 1 by 3. Okay, now see, if we simplify, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is equal to 1, and plus 1 2, so what we are getting 2, and this plus 1 by 3. So here we are getting it as 7 by 3. Okay, so this was the problem from the definite integration. For you, definite integration always going to be more important, and with definite integration always remember vector 3D, which you should not miss. Okay, now coming to next question, y equal to yx, and this is the differential equation where value of y at x equal to 0 is 1, then they are asking y1. Okay, so this is the question from the differential equation. This is the question from differential equation. Acha, always I say to a student that from the differential equation most important is the linear differential equation, because when you see pyq, so for upcoming shifts also differential equation is going to be, linear differential equation is always going to be important, because when you see pyq also more than 60% problem came from linear differential equation only. Okay, so let's start. So first we find the dy by dx. Dy by dx is equal to, if I write this term this side, tan inverse x minus 1. By the way, this is variable separation, but this question came from variable separation, so other than this one, but always important will be the linear differential equation and then variable separation. So I got dy by dx is equal to tan inverse x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Now which method we are going to use? First method is variable separation, if we can separate terms of x with dx and terms of y with dy. Okay, so as these all are the terms of x, I'm going to write dy equal to tan inverse x minus 1 by x square plus 1 into dx. Now we integrate dy integration y. Here actually just simply we take tan inverse x as t, then 1 by 1 plus x square into dx goes to dt. So it is t minus 1 dt. Integration is t square by 2 minus t. What is the t? T is tan inverse x. So tan inverse x square by 2 and then minus integration of 1 is t. T is tan inverse x. Okay, coefficient of integration, that is equal to c. To get c, they give the value y is 1 at x equal to 0. So I'm just going to put x equal to 0. If you put x equal to 0, it is 0. Tan inverse 0, 0. Y equal to value of y is equal to 1. So this is 1 and here c. So we got c is equal to 1. Okay. Now we need value of y at x equal to 1. As we got c, directly we can put the value of x. X is 1, tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. So pi by 4 square by 2 minus pi by 4 and c what we got as 1. So it is going to be pi square by 16 by 2, pi square by 32 minus pi by 4 and plus 1. So here option B is going to be correct. So again, chapter differential equation, a easy one problem. Okay. Now coming to next question. Okay, the sum of all root of the equation. Now this is the equation from the quadratic equation. You can take this one from the quadratic equation, or if you are a ratio student, then this is the problem from the FM2, Fundamental of Mathematics 2. But it's okay, quadratic equation at last is going to be used, but one easy one. Acha, by the way, what they are asking, sum of all root. So chapter is quadratic equation, and it is those all who are the student of the resonance, it is not going to be difficult, it is going to be easy only. Okay, only the student who solve the NCRT, you might feel that it is little bit difficult, but actually it is easy one. Okay, so here modulus of x minus 1, I have two way, either we remove this modulus, then we solve this equation, but actually mod x minus 1 and ye x minus 1 whole square. As we know, x square can be taken as modulus of x square. So I am going to write this one as mod x minus 1 whole square plus 5 modulus of x minus 1 plus 6 equal to 0. Now, if you take this one as t, you are getting t square minus 5t plus 6 equal to 0. That can be factorized as t minus 2, t minus 3. It means value of t, value of mod x minus 1. What we have? 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are the root of this equation. Okay. If we remove this modulus, what we use? Plus minus 2 plus minus 3. X is equal to 1 plus minus 2, 1 plus minus 3. X is equal to 3 here. 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Now what they are asking? Sum of all root. Okay, sum of all root 7 minus 3, that is equal to 4. So this was easy one, but it's not like that all questions are easy initially. As we are going to get till now, we saw the easy. Some question you will see which will be complex. Always after COVID, 3-4 question always comes in every shift which are little bit difficult or time taking. So always you need to be selective. Only do those questions first which are not going to take time for you. Okay, it doesn't matter that chapter is the matrices, determinant or quadratic equation. Once you see that chapter is easy, you revise very well. But if it is taking time, then first you need to skip that question. Okay. Now coming to next, number of relation. Okay, so this is the question from the relation. As I always say that from the chapter relation, sets and relation, one important question that they ask generally, not always, that is based on the reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, and here also they ask number of relation defined on the set ABCD which are both reflexive and symmetric. Okay, defined on this set. So chapter is the relation, topic is relation, and it is easy only. Okay. Acha, by the way, this is going to be difficult for the those students who did only NCRT, because in NCRT you will not see the question of this form where they are asking number of the relation on this set which are both reflexive and symmetric. Acha, relation on any set A, it means relation from A to A. So that will be subset of A cross A. So without using any formula, first I am going to write A cross A. Achha, if you write A cross A, then A comma A will be the one element, A comma B, A comma C, A comma D. Total how many element we have in A cross A? That is equal to 16 because N A 4. Then B comma A, B comma B, B comma C, B comma D, C comma A, C comma B, C comma C, C comma D. If they have n element, you can generalize this one, D comma A, D comma B. You have direct formula also, but actually I am not using it, D comma D. As they say that function need to be reflexive, it means for A comma A, B comma B, C comma C and D comma D, we have only one way. Okay, so for these all, how many options we have? One, because I need to select. Then for this element a comma b, I have two options. If I take a comma b, I had to take b comma a also. So for this one, we have two options. If we select or reject, if you select, then automatically you need to select this one. If you reject, you need to reject this one also. It means for one side we have two option, and this side we have no option. So two option for this one. Now I cannot make any option for this. Two option for this one. Now this one is fixed, because if you take a comma c, you need to take c comma a also, because it has to be symmetric. For this one we have two option. For this one, no. For this one, two option, two option, two option, and for these, now you do not have any option. So how many ways we have? 2 power 6. That is equal to 64. Okay. So here 64 is the correct one. Okay. So here these are the questions. Now the sir is going to take the another part also, physics or chemistry. You need to be here. So what I suggest to all students who are going to write the exam in the upcoming days, and especially vector 3D, from there you need to revise vector and cross and dot product and the equation of the skew lines. Skew lines, shortage distance, generally they will ask. They might ask the line which is perpendicular to given two straight lines. Okay. And they might ask the distance between the two skew line, that generally they ask. And that one also, which is based on find the unknown variable, unknown constant or unknown variable, for which two given lines are the intersecting lines. Okay, those are the important. Now coming to next, in integration, property 5, indefinite integration, property 5 always be important. Okay. Acha, in binomial theorem, generally they might ask the questions based on the properties of NCR, okay, binomial coefficient properties, or the question based on the remainder theorem. Like when we need to find the remainder, when we divide any given number with the some numbers. Okay, now in quadratic equation, obviously relation between root and coefficient they might ask, and that one is Newton's formula also. That is important, because from last 1-2 year they increase the question based on Newton's formula. And other than that one, from the matrices and determinant, those who are going to write, always I suggest to student that system of equation is most important, and other than that one, characteristic equation is also one which student need to revise very well. Okay, so now I welcome uh, Jaggi sir. Jaggi sir. Okay.
All right, so let's start the physics one. And thank you for Sagar sir for giving the such an extensive explanation of maths. It was an awesome one. Now, soon enough, we are going to start the physics. And let me tell you about something regarding physics. The physics paper, as usual, as the last year, it wasn't that tough as mathematics, or it wasn't that lengthy type of thing like chemistry, but in its own manner, it's sort of like easy, but some questions were lengthy. So what is important, which we really need to remember for the physics, is it's highly based on formula. Believe me, as long as you are doing the formula based things, as long as you remember the formulas, most of the question will be like a smooth sailing. It just goes smoothly, and we are about to see this thing here. So let's start with the first question we got here. The question says a rod of mass m, length l, is attached with the ideal string with two strings right there. Find the tension in the left string just after the right one is being cut. So right one is being cut, meaning here we are going to get a sort of scissor which is going to cut this thing into two parts. It's one of the kind of like question you have seen multiple times. So if that thing is cut, what we are gonna get here, we are gonna get here tension T, we are going to get mg, and of course it's important to make the FBD, free body diagram. Now once the FBD is made, Now you can see there are two forces, so there will be three equation involved. First equation is going to be summation of force equals to ma, which is going to be simply mg minus t is equals to ma. The reason I am writing this way, because we all know that mg is going to be way bigger than tension, because it's going to fall, it's actually going to rotate as well. So that's our first equation. Then second equation is gonna be summation of torque is equals to I alpha, which is going to be, I'm going to take about this point. You can take about center of mass as well, that will work, but I'm taking about this tension T point because it is a hinge point. Hinge point is something which is sort of fixed and it's gonna rotate the entire rod here. So as we see here, the torque is only gonna be produced by this mg. So we are gonna get here mg into L by 2 is equals to inertia. Now moment of inertia we have to take about the hinge point, which is going to be ml square by 3 into alpha. That is going to be our second equation, which we can further solve it if you like mm cancel, ll cancel. We get here 3g divided by 2l, that is alpha. That is gonna be our second equation. You can call it like modified second equation. That is the first one. Now we do need one more equation because there are three variables there: tension, acceleration, angular acceleration. So the third one, you can see it here. If it is going to rotate, we're gonna get alpha is equals to acceleration A divided by the radius, which is going to be L by 2. So in simple terms, we will get alpha L is equals to A by 2, which I just need to put right here. And if we do, we're gonna get 3g by 4 is equals to, that alpha L goes over here, we did by 2 as well, that's why there is a 4, which means it is gonna be acceleration A. And that I just need to send it here. If I do, we will get T is equals to mg minus ma, which is gonna be 3 mg by 4. And that, my friend, is gonna give you the answer called second option, which is gonna be mg by 4. Okay, this is important to understand one thing. Most of the time people think that this is mg by 2, that is mg by 2. If one of them is cancelled, cut, then another will be mg by 2. That's not how it works. The moment you cut any of the string, the tension of other string will be affected in that instant. Okay, now with that thing clear, let's move on to the next question. The next question is, we are getting from semiconductor, which is easier topic of the 12th, one of the topic which I really like. Now the question is very simple. It says, which logic gate is this? So listen carefully. There are a bunch of ways we can do. We can make truth table, we can do Boolean express, Boolean algebra, or we can just brute force this thing, 1 0 and do it. But I would prefer Boolean expression because it gives answer quickly as possible. So here we have A, and then there is a NOT gate. So this will give something called A bar and B bar, which you can think as complementary. And there is another thing you notice, that there are two bar, or should I say NOR gate and NOT gate. So there are two bars here, they will cancel each other. But just in case, I'm going to write it. So this is going to be A bar plus B bar and whole bar. And finally at the C, we are going to get A bar plus B bar, whole bar and another bar. So basically what I said earlier, two complementaries are gonna cancel each other. When they do, you are going to get here A bar plus B bar after cancelling two of these complementary right here. Now this can further be written as A dot B whole bar. That is because of Boolean algebra. Okay, just in case a small kind of like review, whenever you have A plus B bar, that can be written as A bar dot B bar. Whenever you have A dot B bar, it can be written as A bar plus B bar. I just use this one in a reverse fashion. And as you can see there, this is NAND gate. But just in case if you're still having some tiny bit of a doubt, you can always check this thing. It's not that difficult. We just have to pretend, let's say this thing is 1 and 0. Okay, so if it is 1 0, This is going to give 0, this is gonna give 1, and we know it's an OR gate, so kind of like a 1, but there's a not there, so 0, and then finally 1. And let's see which one gives this thing. 1, 0, which if I do the dot, which is like AND gate, I'm gonna get 0. But doing it NAND will give me 1. Hence, the answer is NAND gate. Is that clear? All right. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is from 11th class, because this chapter is called unit and dimension. Okay, so let's see here what is this thing. It says find the dimension of a plus b if p plus at square by b plus half rho v square is constant, where p is pressure, rho is density, and v is a speed. Now, at first glance, it may look very hectic, but if you really see it in detail, you will notice something. And what are you going to notice something? Well, listen very carefully. Right here, P plus this AT square by B is actually a pressure. I mean, we can see that half rho V square there also, which means this thing has to be have a dimension of pressure as well, which mean, my friend, directly we can get A, B dimension, because t square is simply gonna be t square. What a joke, t square is t square. Anyway, the pressure is gonna be mlt. Now, if you write the force by area thing, if by chance if you don't remember, it is gonna be mlt to the power minus 2 divided by L square, or you can just directly remember it's gonna be ml to the power minus 1 t to the power minus 2. Anyway, if we solve that, a by b dimension will come out to be m L to the power minus 1 and t to the power minus 4. And just like that, my friend, we just got an answer. Easy. As long as we understand the concept, it's simple. Moving on to the next question. Next question, we have an alpha particle having a kinetic energy 7.7 mega electron volt, and it is heading towards a gold nuclei with the atomic number 17. How generous they are, they even given the atomic number here, otherwise we have to kind of like figure out this thing. Find the distance of closest distance of approach. Now, how do we do this thing? First of all, it is a question from modern physics from the 12th class. Now, how do we do this thing? First thing, you need to understand that this is alpha particle, which means its charge is going to be 2 times of electron. Now, we are just gonna solve this thing. So here it is. We are going to get this thing based on conservation of energy. Conservation of energy meaning we will be doing half mv square, all the energy of alpha particle which is it is having right now. When it approaches this gold, which is having the atomic number 79, when it reaches right here, it will stop. Velocity would be 0, which means entire kinetic energy would be gone and converted into potential energy. Okay, so how do we do that? Once again, conservation of energy. All kinetic energy will convert into potential energy, which is k q1 q2 79e into 2e divided by r. R is the closest distance of approach. So basically we are gonna get this r is equals to k 79e 2e divided by half mv square. Now here k, as you know, is 9 into 10 to the power 9, 79e, and then we have another e. This one I will expand. I will explain why am I expanding one of them, not the other one. And then divided by half mv square, which, as you know, it's 7.7, 10 to the power 6. There we go. That's the reason I did not return first one of the E value, because it's an electron volt. E and E will be cancel out. After that, just calculate. That's all you had to do. And when you do, you would be getting the answer 1.72 or approximately. I would really suggest that you actually calculate this thing by yourself. Moving on to the next thing. Next we have And the fifth question we have, and that is air-filled capacitor of the capacitance C with the dielectric constant of K equals to 3 and the width D by 3. Now, first of all, we need to make the diagram. Otherwise, it's not possible. It's one of the fifth question we are having. So let's see. So here we have capacitor, and here we got capacitor, and here we have like 2d by 3 is filled with air. Consider like a dielectric. 2d by 3 with air or vacuum, which is gonna have dielectric constant. Let's call it simply 1. Another one, as it says here, we have a solid dielectric, which is K equals to 3, and that is for D by 3. Now here area is not divided, only the distance between the plates. So we will use the formula according to that. Okay. So here it is. C equivalent formula is epsilon naught A divided by D1 divided by K1 plus D2 divided by K2. I call it D1, D2. If you prefer, you can also write thickness T1, T2, not an issue. Not an issue at all. This would be T1, T2. Sometimes some people or some books prefer this formula as well, and it's perfectly fine to use this thing as well. There is no issue. They are basically same. Okay. Anyway, we just need to put the values here and simplify this thing. So C equivalent here is gonna be epsilon naught A divided by, so we got thickness 2d by 3 with air. Another one is d by 3 divided by dielectric constant 3, and then we just have to do a bit of a solving. So here you can take an LCM of 9, and as you do, this is gonna be 6 d plus d. That will come out to be C equivalent is equals to 9 goes above 9 epsilon naught A divided by 7d. And guess what? What is epsilon naught A divided by D? That is the capacitance. So we are gonna get 9 by 7 C, which is our fourth option. And just like that, our question is done. So as you can see, these are based on formula. They are not difficult as long as you remember the formula, as long as you're applying the correct formula, of course. You just need to do small calculation, and that's it. Except that one of the questions where they can ask a lot of calculation, but you can always save those kind of question for the end. So here we are stopping for the physics. This is the first fifth question we did. There's gonna be more. You just have to hold on, and soon enough we are going to get another subject as well. But before I leave, I would say this thing one more time. Physics is all about formula. Okay. Now I will welcome ma'am to explain the another subject.
Thank you, sir. Hello, good afternoon to all my amazing JEE aspirant. Hope you all had a great shift today, morning shift. Hope you all had a great exam. I must say today's JEE Mains exam, it was totally, it is a nice exam. I will not say it is very easy. I will not say it is very difficult. It was all the JEE Mains level. So this time, let's say what's the first question. Those who are completed with their exam, okay, let's go. So those who have completed with their exam, all the very best for your result. But those who are expecting from their coming session, so this is going to give you a very good brief that what you can expect from your sessions. So let's go for the first question. What's the first question we are having? Okay, so the first question we are having is from the organic chemistry, that to hydrocarbon and the carboxylic acid mix question, and it is a very easy question, I must say. It is not at all difficult. So let's go for the first part. What it is saying, it is asking you what is reactant. Just a minute. Okay, So now here in this question, the products are given to you. Otherwise, every time product is asking the question, asking the product. But this time they have given you the products and asking you the reactant. So let's move on to the question. It is saying the product is something like the species which on reacting with H2PD. I think H2PD is very easy. Every one of us remember this. Alkene, alkyne converting into alkane. Understood? So giving us this sort of product. And next is hot alkaline KMnO4 H positive in the by H2O. What is that? That is your oxidative cleavage, side chain oxidation, right? So side chain oxidation will give you what? Carboxylic acid. So what will be the answer? Now I think this question is really easy from the part of the options also. Why? Because option 3 and option 4, you can easily remove them, you can easily eliminate them, because in the following products we are having the benzene, and that is not so the part in 3 and 4. So the answer can only from the 1 and 2, and as I can see, this is the resembling one. H2PD will work on the alkene to make it alkane. So I think this part, it will break and convert it into an alkane. And next, when I talk about hot alkaline KMnO4, now side chain oxidation, and you will get this product. Understood? So the best suitable answer for it is the option 1. Hope you all got this answer. Next, moving on to the next question. Moving on to the next question. So the next question, for two chemical reaction A and B, if the difference between their activation energy is 20 kilojoule at 300 Kelvin, again the very easy formula based question, that is from the chemical kinetics, and the topic is Arrhenius equation. So let's move on to the question. The simplest formula we have to apply, ln K2 by K1, that is what asked in the question, is equal to what? Delta EA by RT. Now temperature is constant here, so I will take RT. Now delta EA, what it is saying? 20 kilojoule. Now you have to identify here, kilojoule is given, but the R ka value is given in joules. So what you have to do? 20 into 1000 you have to do here. 20 into thousands you have to do here, and R value you have to put 8.3 multiply by what you have to do here? Temperature. What is the temperature given? 300 Kelvin. 300 Kelvin. So when you solve the entire question, approximately when you solve this entire question, you will get 8.06, and when you take it to the nearest integer, it will be 8. Answer will be 8. Understood? So again the easy question from the chemical kinetics, from the Arrhenius equation topic. So let's move on to the next question. I didn't found anything very difficult, only this remembering part. You need to remember the question and you will get the question. You remember the formula and you will get the question. Okay, next. So in sulfur estimation, 0.7 gram of organic compound give 1 gram BSO4 in Carrier's method. What is saying? Carrier's method. Carrier's method quantitative, it is asking percentage of sulfur. Percentage of sulfur it is asking to you. Again the formula based question. Simply formula based question. What is that formula? Percentage of sulfur is equal to what? Is equal to what? Atomic mass of sulfur. I just give you a quick formula. Atomic mass of sulfur divided by molar mass of BaSO4. Molar mass of BaSO4 multiply by given mass of BaSO4, whatever given in the question, divided by mass of compound, organic compound. Now because it is a percentage, so obviously we have to multiply it by 100. So atomic mass of sulfur is 32. Now when I find the molecular mass of BaSO4, so BaSO4 137 plus 32 plus 16 into 4. So it comes out to be 233. It comes out to be 233 multiplied by mass of BaSO4. How much it is given? It is given 1 gram divided by mass of organic compound, that is 0.7 gram. That is 0.7 gram multiplied by 100. If I find out, the answer will come out to be 19.16. It comes out to be 19.16%. Comes out to be 19.16%. Hope you all got this. If you memorize the formula, there is no, even the calculation part is very easy. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question we are having is from the inorganic chemistry. That is a mix of periodic table and the chemical bonding. So let's go to the question. Which of the following is the correct order of with respect to property indicated? So the first option we are having is chlorine-fluorine ionization energy. It is question is saying chlorine ionization energy is greater than fluorine. Is it that? So we know that ionization energy, top to bottom ionization energy decreases. So because top to bottom ionization energy decreases, so hence this is incorrect. Fluorine ionization energy is less than fluorine without any what? Next option we are having is K2O, Na2O and Al2O3. Without any exception, now second option K2O, Na2O and Al2O3. As we know, left to right, basic nature. If I talk about basic nature, so along a period, left to right, basic nature decreases, top to bottom, basic nature increases. Understood? So obviously potassium will have the more basic nature than sodium, but aluminium will have less basic nature than sodium. So option 2 is the correct answer. Till now what I am expecting from the question, maybe answer is option 2 only, but let's see the list 2 of the option. Option 3, what it is saying, metallic character. Again the metallic character, top to bottom increases, left to right decreases. So now what will happen here, magnesium should have more metallic nature than the aluminium. So hence option 3 becomes wrong. So answer is option 2. Answer is option 2. Not too difficult, I must say. Is it between? It is more of the easy. So easy question only from my side. Okay, so the next question what we are having is from the biomolecules. Given below are two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. Let's say what is the statement 1 is saying. Arginine and the tryptophan are essential amino acids. So NCERT says that yes, arginine and the tryptophan are your essential amino acids. So I must say it is a correct statement. You have a table in NCERT and you have to memorize them. Next, glycine does not have any chiral carbon. No, glycine does not have any chiral carbon. So this statement is also correct. What is glycine? Glycine looks something like this. This is how glycine looks. Understood? So there is no chiral carbon because of the two similar hydrogen. Because of the two similar hydrogen. So the answer will be option. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. So again it is completely, if you remember the question, you have done it. Statement 2 is very easy. Statement 1 you need to memorize from the NCERT table. Understood? So those who are having the upcoming sessions, please biomolecules, these tables you have to learn. So next question. Okay, so the next question what we are having is 14 gram of calcium metal is allowed to react with excess HCl at 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Now molar mass of calcium and chlorine is given to us and we have to identify which of the following statement is incorrect. So the first statement it is saying is 0.35 mole of H2 gases evolve. Is it so? Let's see. So let's identify the question. It is saying calcium metal react with what? Excess of HCl. So this is HCl. When calcium react with excess of HCl, what you will get? Obviously, we will get the CaCl2 plus hydrogen gases evolve. Understood? Now I have to balance the reaction. Let's quickly balance the reaction. So my reaction is balanced now. Now moving on to the next one. What it is saying? According to the equation, 1 mole of calcium is consuming 2 mole of HCl to produce 1 mole of CaCl2 and 1 mole of H2O. Let's see how many moles are given according to the question. So question is saying I am having the 14 gram of calcium. 14 gram of calcium means 14 divided by what is the molar mass of calcium? 40. So 14 divided by 40, that is what? 0.35. 0.35 mole I am having. So 0.35 mole I am having of calcium according to the data given in the question. So as you can see here, please everyone focus here. 1 mole is giving 1 mole of H2. Now first of all, let's identify who is limiting reagent, because the question is saying HCl is already present in excess. HCl is already present in excess. So hence whose calcium is will be my limiting reagent. So entire what the product is forming depends upon the calcium amount only. So 1 mole of calcium producing 1 mole of H2, hence 0.35 moles of calcium will producing 0.35 moles of H2. Hence option 1 is totally correct. 0.5 mole of H2 gas is evolved. Yes, correct. The limiting reagent is calcium metal. Yes, understood. Why? Because HCl is in excess. So it is also correct. 33.3 gram calcium CaCl2 is produced. Let's see. So So 1 mole of calcium producing 1 mole of CaCl2. So 0.35 mole will produce 0.35 mole. 0.35 mole. So let's find out the mass. How to find out mass? Moles into molar mass. Molar mass comes out to be 111, 40 plus 71. Understood? So it comes out to be 38 point something value. So which is not so 33. Hence option C is not your correct answer. So option C is the incorrect one, and the question is also asking the incorrect. So I think option 3 is correct. But let's see this one also. 7.84 liter of H2 gas is released. Now, as we can say, the condition is R at STP, 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin. So I can directly formula, I can apply for the volume. So for volume formula, mole is equals to volume divided by 22.4 liters. So volume will be equal to mole. How many moles I am having? 0.35. Volume is equals to 0.35 multiply by 22.4 liter. So yes, exactly it will give you what value? 7.84 liter. Hence option 4 is also correct. So if it is asking the incorrect option is option 3. Understood? So this was a very easy question from a physical chemistry, not a difficult one, not a difficult one. So this was my part, everyone. All the very best for the upcoming session, students. Hope you get a really clear view of what you can expect from the coming session. As you can see, the paper is very balanced and very I can say very good paper according to the mains level. Understood? So all the very best for the upcoming session, students. Okay, so next session, move for the mathematic ones.
Keep engaging. Keep engaging. I will change the slide.
I will.
Introduction yourself.
Hello students. So we are discussing the here JEE Main's paper of today first paper. So let's go. Paper is easy only. It's not that much tough. I think it should be a moderate level. So I think you feel also very easy to solve. And this is the first day, so it's obviously paper is always coming easy only. So we have to start now soon. So this question we already discussed. This is set A. This question we already discussed. I hope everyone paper is well and you scored good marks. Yeah, so this is the question from straight line and it's the moderate questions only. It's a straight line question. So we have to solve it. What is given in this question? Let's just analyze. This is a two straight line, two parallel straight line, and here is the equilateral triangle is given. So basically we know that the length of the side of the equilateral triangle is also same, always same. So let's say this one is L and L. And in this question, one more information is given that this is 6 and this is 3. So basically what we have to do in this question, we have to make this angle is a alpha. If we make this angle is a alpha and we know that this angle is nothing but that is a 60 degree only, because in equilateral triangle every angle is a 60 degree. So from this triangle, if I'm using, what is the value of sine alpha? We know that sine alpha is nothing but 3 by L, because this is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. So it should be 3 by L. Similarly, if I'm using this angle, so obviously this is also 60 degree because it's an equilateral triangle, and this is 60 degree plus alpha. So if this is 60 degree and this is 60 degree plus alpha, so obviously a student, this should be 60 degree minus of alpha. And again, if I'm using this triangle, Pythagoras theorem or trigonometry formula, so again I'm getting sine 60 degree minus of alpha, that is nothing but upon that is upon here 6 by L. So basically sine 60 degree is equal to 6 by L and sine alpha is equal to 3 by L. So what we have to do, from here we can write L is equal to 6 upon sine 60 degree minus of alpha, that is equal to 3 by sine alpha. And if we equate these two, so from here I am getting sine alpha is equal to 1 by 2 sine 60 degree minus of alpha. And from here, if you solve this one by using trigonometric formula, so I am getting tan alpha value is nothing but root 3 by 5. If you get tan alpha value is root 3 by 5, then again we have to going to solve again here sine alpha. And that is sine alpha is again, because this is P by B. If tan alpha is P by B, then what is sine alpha? Sine alpha is that is P by H. So sine alpha is nothing but that is root 3 by root 28. And after that, what we have to do, we have to substitute this value here. If I'm substituting this value here, so it is nothing but L is equal to 3 by sine alpha. After substituting this value here, I'm getting the value of L, and we know that what is the area of the triangle, that is root 3 by 4 L square, that is nothing but root 3 by 4 into L value is 3 upon sine alpha, that is nothing but root 3 by root 28 ka whole square. And if you solve this one, so I am getting 21 by root 3. So the student, the answer is C. So this question is a moderate questions only. It's not that much easy and not that much tough. We have to go from this, we have to find the L, we have to equate the L, and then finding the value of alpha. So, so this question is okay. The answer is C. Now go to the next question. So the next question is, yeah, this is the interesting question. This question is from the circle topic, and it's an easy topic. It's an easy question only. What the question says that? The question says that there is a circle having center is 2, 3 and having radius is 4, because the equation is this, x minus 2 ka whole square, y minus 3 ka whole square equal to 16. So whenever the equation is like this, their center is 2, 3 and the radius is 4. Now this says that the locus of a point from which if you draw the tangents, it should be subtend 120 degree at the circle. So basically we know that whenever this point subtend 120 degree at the circle, and it should be moved, that is also a circle. That is also a circle, by the way, having the same center, that is 2, 3. So from here we can say that this circle equation have also the same center. So it should be x minus 2, y minus 3 ka whole square equal to r dash ka whole square. R dash is the radius of this circle having center is 2, 3. And what is the r dash? R dash is the distance of this point to this. Now we need to find the value of r dash. So how to find the value of r dash? That's a very simple thing. This angle is 120 degrees. So we know that this angle is 60 degree. And if this angle is 60 degree and if we join these two, so it is also 4. So basically what we have to do, this is a right angle triangle and this is value is 60 degree and this value is 4 and this value is r dash. So what we can do, we have to use again here trigonometry. So we know that what is sine 60 degree value? Sine 60 degree value is nothing but P by H, that is 4 upon r dash. And what is sine 60 degree value? That is root 3 by 2. So here 4 upon r dash, that is nothing but r dash value is 2 by root 3. So if you substitute 2 by root 3 here, what I'm getting, tell me, that is x square plus 4 minus of 4x. If you open this one, and if you open this one, I'm getting y square plus 9 minus of 6y is equal to, that is 4 upon 3. If you multiply this side, I am getting 3 of x square, 3 of y square, 3 plus 4, 12, 3 plus 9, 27, minus of 12x, minus of 18y, minus of 4 equal to 0. So basically 3 of x square, 3 of y square, minus of 12x, minus of 18y, and that is 12 plus 27 minus 4. So it should be minus 25. So again, this answer should be A option. So it's an easy question only. A bit calculation is there. What we have to do? First of all, we know that if any point, the locus of any point which subtends some theta angle at the circle, that should be also a circle. And that is a concentric circle, the first one. So having the same center, now we need to find the value of r dash. How to find the value of r dash? By using trigonometry. So these are the second question. Now we have to move to the third question. Yeah, third question is also a very simple question. That is from GP. Means basically that is from sequence series. And the subtopic is GP here. So what we have to do in the third question? The third question says that this is an increasing GP. Increasing GP means r is must be a positive number. Okay, or maybe r is also greater than 1. So basically what we have to do here, it is given that a1 plus of a3 plus of a5 is equal to 21, and it should be a GP. So we know that for any GP, the first term is a, and what is the third term? The third term is ar square. We know that for a GP it should be ar square. And similarly, what is for fifth term? It should be ar to the power 4, that is equal to 21. Okay, and now similarly they will be giving the product is 64. So again, a1 value is a only, a3 value is ar square only, and a5 value is ar to the power 4 only, that is given as 64. So if you take a product, I am getting a cube into r to the power 6, that is a 64, and that is nothing but ar square to the power cube, because here a cube है और यहाँ पर मैं चाहूँ तो इसको r square का r power 3 लिख सकता. So it should be a into r square का cube, that is also 64. So from here I am getting ar square is equal to 4. If I am getting ar square equal to 4, now these value we have to substitute here. So I am getting a plus 4 plus ar to the power 4 is equal to 21. So from here I am getting this value is 17. Now just look on this. A plus ar to the power 4 is 17 and ar square is equal to 4. So if you just look this one, so it's very simple now. A value is 1 and r value is 2. Because if you substitute a value 1 here and r value 2 here, so it should be 1 into 2 chi square, that is also 4. And here also a value is 1, a value is 1 and r value is 2. So it should be 2 to the power 4 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. So basically these two values satisfy. Now we need to find a1 plus a2 plus a3. So what we have to do, a1 is a, a2 is ar and a3 is, so from here I am writing here 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2 square, that is actually 7. So basically the answer is 7 in this case, and it should be our answer. So this question is a simple question only. Basically algebra questions means like that only. We have to use something equation like substituting this value from here to here, that value from here to here, and we get the answer easily. So this type of question is we have to do easily. It's an easy question from my point of view. That's why I'm saying paper is a bit simple. Yeah, this question is from complex number, and no doubt it's a good question. By the way, if the students are remember these things, omega concept, if you know omega concept, that question is also simple. But if you don't know omega concept, it's a bit tough. So what we have to do, we know that the equation is given as x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0, having two roots, omega and omega square. And we know that omega plus omega square value is -1 and omega cube value is 1. So basically what is given in this question, try to understand. It should be given as x plus 1 by x to the power 4. So if you substitute here x value is omega, what I'm getting, tell me. Omega plus 1 by omega to the power 4. Now what should I do? Omega is as it is, and from here 1, if you substitute here omega cube, so it should be nothing but omega cube by omega to the power 4, that is omega plus omega square to the power 4, that is 1. And similarly, if you go for this, look, so this value is 1 only, this value is 1 only. Now similarly, if what we have to do, if you go for this, that is omega square, if you substitute here omega, so it should be omega square, and it should be also 1 by omega square to the power 4. And again, what should I do? That is omega square and here omega cube upon omega square to the power 4. That is nothing but omega square plus omega to the power 4. That is also equal to 1. But for this, it's a very interesting thing. X cube plus 1 by x cube. So for x cube plus 1 by x cube, if you substitute here omega, so what I'm getting? Omega cube plus 1 by omega cube to the power 4. Omega cube is also 1. We know that already. And 1 by omega cube is also 1. So it should be 2 to the power 4. That is 16. So basically this series is going on here. Which series? This is 1, this is 1, this is 16. Again it should be what? Again x to the power 4 is not 1. So again it should be 1, it should be 1, and again it should be 16. Again it should be 1, again it should be 1, again it should be 16. So basically what I'm getting finally whenever x cube multiple is there. For example, x cube, x to the power 6, 9 like that. So and at that time I'm getting 16. So how many times I'm getting 16? Total 8 times, because this question is up to 25 and we have to go up to x to the power 24. So basically what I'm getting 16 into 8, and how many 1 I'm getting? So basically here if 1 3 is coming, we get 2 2. So basically total 8 3 is coming. It's mean we have to get 8 2, that is 16, and 16 plus 1 is 17. So basically this answer is what? 16 into 8 plus 17, and that we get 145 is the answer. So it's also a very simple question. Means not simple. If you know this concept, it should be easy. Otherwise, it should be a good question, no doubt. So the next question is, yeah, this is the question from statistics, and it's also an easy question. Basically, statistics question is easy question only, but there is a bit calculation is there. Means the calculation is a bit lengthy. So for example, what we have to given in this question, the given as the mean is 8 and the variance is 16. So let's solve. What is the formula of mean? The formula of mean is very simple. The sum of all number divided by the number of terms. So what is the sum of the all number? X plus y plus 12 plus 14 plus 4 plus 10 plus 2 by 7 is equal to 8. That is the formula of mean. So basically what should I do? If we add this all, that is x plus y, and it should be 12 plus 4 16, 16 plus 14 is equal to 28, 28 plus 10 is equal to 38, and then 38 plus 2 is 16 plus 16 is 32, 32 plus that should be a 42, 42 by 7 is equal to 8. So basically from here I am getting x plus y is equal to 7 into 8 56, 56 minus 42 should be 50, 14. So this is the equation 1. Now we have to going for variance formula. So variance formula में हम क्या करेंगे? We know that variance formula is very simple. That is xi minus of x bar का whole square upon number of terms. That is again given as 16. So basically what should I do? You have to write like this: x minus 8 का square plus y minus 8 का square plus again because x bar is a 8. X bar is I mean that is 8 only. So this is the first two term, x minus 8 ka square, y minus 8 ka square, then 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 is nothing but that is 4 ka square, that is 16. Then it should be 14 minus 8. 14 minus 8 is again 6 ka square, that is 36. And similarly, if you go for 4, then 4 minus 8, that is again 4 ka square, that is again 16. And similarly, it should be going for 10. So it should be 10 minus 8 ka square, that is 2 ka square, that is 4. And again 2 minus 8, that is 6. 2 minus 8, that is 6. 6 ka square, that is 36. So after using the formula, we get this thing upon 7 is equal to 16. So from here, if you solve a student, like if you add this all, if you transfer this, and if you do all the solution, I am getting here x square plus y square equal to 100. And this is Pythagoras triplet. We know this very simply. X plus y equal to 14, x square plus y square equal to 100. It means x is equal to, x is greater than y. It means x is equal to 8 and y equal to 6. If you substitute in this value here, so it should be 3 into 8 minus 6, that is 24 minus 6. 24 minus 6, the answer is 18. It's a simple question only. Only here is a bit lengthy calculation is there. What we have to do, we have to multiply like this, we have to add like this, subtract, and again it should be open with a minus b ka whole square. Then I'm getting the answer. This question is also good, I think. Only calculation is lengthy here. Now we have to do the this another question is, it is the question from conic section, and what is given here? X square by 36 plus y square by 16 equal to 1. It's also a moderate question only. This question is from conic section. And this is also moderate question only. So what we have to given that, it should be given that the two conic having the same foci. Same foci means, suppose it is a hyperbola and it is an ellipse. So basically these two, if you say this is A focus of ellipse, then what is the focus of hyperbola? That is capital A, capital E. So basically these 2 points are same for ellipse and hyperbola. So first of all, I'm going to find A value of ellipse. So what is the A value of ellipse? A value is 4. We know that A value is 6, sorry. A value is 6. A value is 6 only. And what is the E value? The E value is very simple. That is 1 minus 16 by 36. That is nothing but 20 by 36. That is 2 under root 5 by 6. So if you find AE of ellipse, that is focus of ellipse, that is nothing but plus minus, well, basically the coordinate is plus minus A comma 0. We know that very easily. So it should be plus minus 6 comma 0. Similarly, what is the focus of hyperbola? The focus of hyperbola is also very simple, plus minus A comma 0. So basic, and the eccentricity of the hyperbola is given as 5. So what we have to do now? What we have to do? We know that if the focus is same for both the conic, then A value is 6. And from here, E value is 5. Then what is the value of no, sorry, it should be a root 5. A value is root 5. A value is root 5 here. That is root 5 comma 0. So basically we know that if you substitute here A value is 5, then it should be root 5. And what is the value of E? The E value is 1 by root 5. And now what is the formula of ellipse eccentricity? We know that that is 1 plus B square by A square is equal to 1 by root 5. So what we have to do, if you substitute A value is 5 here, so what I'm getting, A value is 5 is nothing but if you square both sides, I'm getting 1 plus B square by 25 is equal to 1 by 5. And from here, I will do calculation here. That is B square by 25 is equal to 1 upon 5 minus 1. So after that, if you're finding the value of here B, then I'm getting the value of this thing. And if you use 2B square by A, that is length of lattice rectum formula, that is nothing but I'm getting the answer if you get the answer easily. So I think this would be over. And our next is physics, sir. Physics, sir.
Good afternoon, all of you. Today we are discussing physics paper 2026 JEE first attempt. As we analyzed already, paper was moderate but a little bit calculative paper. So here some question. These questions are not exact question. So maybe some answer are different from the original question. Here we will discuss one by one. Some questions are given. Let's start that. So here we collected some questions, and these questions are memory based questions. Myself Raghavendra, I am from NIT Allahabad, senior lecturer in residence. So here some questions are there. It taking some time, no issue. So questions were not so much tough, but yes, it was a little bit calculative. Questions were easy, but calculation was a little. So it is first question. The first question is given that the moment of inertia of a system is given. There are a T shape, two identical rods are there. So this question is from RBD. This question is from RBD. So this question is from RBD,
and it will be easy question if you know the parallel axis theorem. So this question is from parallel axis theorem. So first of all, it is given that one T-shaped rod. For this, you should know the moment of inertia of a rod for different points. So first of all, moment of inertia of a rod from the end, it will be ml square by 3, and from the center of mass it will be ml square by 12. So there are two rods. This is rod 1 and this is rod 2. We have to ask moment of inertia of this system about this point cross section. So this axis will be there. So around this axis we have to find moment of inertia. So I can write moment of inertia due to first rod and moment of inertia due to second rod. So first rod, it is m mass L length rod is there, m mass L length rod is there, and here also m mass L length rod is there. So there are two m mass L length rods are there. So its moment of inertia, so first rod moment of inertia at the end, it will be ml square by 3 plus along this point it will be ml square by 12 because it is center of mass, but we have to find moment of inertia about this point. So we have to apply parallel axis theorem. So here I will write, assume this is point O. So I will write I2 will be IO plus m into L by 2 square. M into, sorry, L square, not L by 2 square. It is m into L square, this length is square. So ml square. So it will be moment of inertia, it will be ml square by 3 plus ml square by 12 plus ml square. I can take ml square common. So ml square I can take common. It will be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 12 plus 1. So we will solve it. It is very easy. So ml square into, it will be 1 by 12. So here 4 plus 1 plus 12. So it will be 17. So 17 by 12 ml square. It was easy problem. 17 by 12 ml square will be the answer. Again, let's discuss it. It was very easy problem. First we find moment of inertia of this rod about this point. Then I found moment of inertia of this rod about center of mass, which is ml square by 12, plus we shifted this from here to here by ml square. So 17 by 12 will be the correct answer. So option will be A. Now let's go for the next question. I hope everybody understanding. Next question. It is given that an electromagnetic wave is there and it has made up of two waves. It is wave 1 and it is 2. At x equal to 0, it fall on photosensitive material. Which work function is this one? First we have to discuss what is the work function, and we have to find maximum kinetic energy. So it is asked maximum kinetic energy. When it is asked the maximum kinetic energy, we have to remember Einstein photoelectric equation. So what is Einstein photoelectric equation? Einstein photoelectric equation is K max equal to E minus phi. This question a little bit calculative question, but if we see conceptually, then it is very easy question. But due to, so it is modern physics dual nature, modern physics dual nature, or we can say that photoelectric effect, both are correct. Photoelectric effect, so it is photoelectric effect question is there. Modern physics 1. So E minus phi. So first of all, it says that there are two waves. This is wave 1 and this is wave 2. We have to find the maximum kinetic energy. We can see, if I compare it, something equal to E naught sine omega t. Omega is 2 pi ft. So here it is also 2 pi ft. So it is also 2 pi ft. So this will be f1 and this will be f2. So it is f1 and this is f2. So the maximum kinetic energy will be corresponding to the highest frequency. So it will give, maybe its energy will be less than the work function, so it will not eject any photon. We'll see that, but it is asked that maximum kinetic energy, so no need to calculate both, calculate any one. We are calculating here this one only because it has maximum energy. So if it is possible, then maximum kinetic energy corresponding to this frequency only. Okay, so first of all we have to find lambda. So lambda corresponding, so it is f1, this is f2, so we can write that maximum kinetic energy will be due to f2, या second wave. So here I find lambda कितना होता है, it is c by f, तो c by f2, तो c is 3 into 10 to the power 8 and frequency is given 12 into 10 to the power 11, 12 into 10 to the power 11. So here we will solve, it will be 1 by 4 into, it will be 1 by 4 into 1 minute. Into, it will be 10 to the power minus 3. So we can solve it. We can multiply and divide by 1000. So it will be 1000 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it will be 250 into 10 to the power minus 3. Or we can say that, I think it is 14, not 11. It is 14. So that it is 2 into 10 to the power minus 14. So it is lambda. We have this lambda. Corresponding to this lambda, we have to find wavelength. 1 minute. So it is 3 into 10 to the power 14. So it will be 1 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. We have multiplied divided by 1000. So it will be 10 to the power minus 9. So it will be 250 nanometer. So this is the lambda corresponding to this wavelength. Now I have to find energy corresponding to this wave. So energy will be what? Energy will be Sc upon lambda. If I take 1240 upon lambda, so lambda will be around 250 nanometer. If I take 1240, then we have to take lambda in nanometer only. So its answer will be 124 by 25. So it is around 4.96 electron volt. So it is 4.96 electron volt. So energy corresponding to this, it will be 4.96 electron volt. Now kinetic energy maximum will be E minus 5. So E is 4.96 and 5 is given 2.8. So it will be 2.16 electron volt. This question was easy question, but I will take in category of moderate because it was a little bit calculative question. So again, let's discuss it. There are two waves are given. It has maximum wavelength. So this, according to this wavelength, maximum kinetic energy will be achieved. So we find lambda corresponding to it. We find energy corresponding to it. 2.8 electron volt energy will be go in the work function. What is work function? Work function is minimum energy required to remove surface electron from the metal. So its maximum kinetic energy will be 2.16. Okay, coming to next question. Here, this question is from fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics. It is given a Venturi. So it is the application of the Bernoulli's principle. So what it is asked? It is asked that what is the volume flow rate? Volume flow rate. Volume flow rate क्या होता है? It is A into V. Volume flow rate is area into velocity at that point. That is the volume flow rate. Given this figure is given, here area is capital A and here area is small a. So this is point A and B. A and B may confusion now, so that I am taking P and Q. No issue. It is not P, this is rho. It is rho. So cross section area, these data are given. So we have to find the values. We have to find the volume flow rate. So first of all, if I apply Bernoulli's principle from A and B, so what happened? Assume this length is something h, and it is h dash. So here also it is h. So if I say here pressure is P, so Bernoulli's principle, Bernoulli's equation from P to Q, if I apply, then I can say that P at A, here what will be the pressure? Rho G. P at A, it will be P at A plus rho G H plus rho G H dash, which is given 5 centimeter, plus half rho VA square is equal to P. Here if I am taking P plus rho GH plus it is also H. So it is here to here it is H plus half rho VB square. Now this P and this P are same, so it will be cancelled. This rho GH cancelled, and here we will write rho G H dash, which is 5 centimeter, 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 is equal to half rho VB square minus VA square. This rho and rho cancel, so it will be 2G, 2 into 10 to the power 3, 2 into 10 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 is equal to VB square minus VA square. I need to find any one of the velocity, either velocity here or velocity here. So I will apply equation of continuity. Equation of continuity is A into V, A is equal to A into VB. So here A by A value is given 2. So A by A is given, A by A VA is equal to VB. So it is given 2. It means VB is equal to 2 VA. VB is equal to 2 VA. So here I will put, so it will be so 2 5 are 10. So here I will write 2 5 are 10, 10 are 100, and this will be cancelled. It will be 1. 1 is equal to, it will be 2 VA. So 2 VA square minus VA square. So it will be 1 equal to 3 VA square. So यहाँ से VA square will be 1 by 3 and VA will be 1 by root 3. So this is velocity at A, and we have to find volume flow rate. So what is volume flow rate? Volume flow rate is equal to A into V. So area at A into velocity at A. So area at A is given here, root 3 meter square into velocity is 1 by root 3. So it will be cancelled, and answer will be 1 meter cube per second. Again I am saying, what was this question? Again this was, I had put in the category of moderate. Tough तो बिल्कुल नहीं था. It was not a tough question, but yes, calculation was lengthy, so that's why it will be come to moderate, because it will take a little time. Again I am saying, assume here pressure is P. So if we go perpendicular to the G or net acceleration, so pressure not changes. So here pressure is P, here also pressure is P. I assumed here to here H height, here also H height, and this extra height difference is 5 centimeter. I applied Bernoulli's principle. Bernoulli's principle says that net energy, kinetic energy, pressure energy, and gravitational energy per unit volume for a ideal liquid will be same at every point. And I applied equation of continuity and I found the answer. It was 1 meter cube per second. Now, next question is, it was very easy question. It is electromagnetic wave. So it is IJK cap is given. So first of all, question is given that wave propagation, electric field is given like this. So question we have to find direction of magnetic field. It is very easiest problem, easy question. So assume it is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis, I cap, j cap, k cap. So we know that E equal to B cross C. E equal to B cross C. We have given E. What is direction of C? It is omega t minus kx. Omega t minus kx means it is propagating in positive x direction. Positive x direction. So here E cross B equal to C. So it is given j cap. So if I'll write j cross k, then it will be I. It means the direction of B is k cap. Direction j cross k will be I. So direction it will be k cap will be the answer of this question. Now next question. It is again calculative question. Two rods of equal length of 60 centimeter joined together end to end. The coefficient of their linear expansions given this and this, and their temperature are same and is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. When temperature increased by 100 degrees Celsius, find the combination of the length. So assume this is rod L1 and this is rod L2. So this is L1 rod, this is L2 rod, and both are initially at t equal to 30 centimeter. It was also L0, it was also L0. At t equal to 100 centimeter, sorry 100 degrees Celsius, at t equal to 100 degrees Celsius, it will be, assume its length will be L1 and its length will be L2. So now net length will be how much? L1 plus L2. We know that when we increase the temperature, everything is expanding. So, but alpha is different. Whose alpha will be more? It will expand more. Whose alpha will be less? It will expand less. So obviously it's a more alpha, so its length will be increase more. So I will write that L naught 1 plus alpha 1 delta t plus L naught times 1 plus alpha 2 delta t. So I can take L naught common. So it will be 1 plus alpha 1. Alpha 1 was 24 into 10 to the power minus 6. Delta t will be what? Delta t will be 100 minus 30. That will be 70 degrees Celsius. Plus, when delta t is given, no worry about whether it is given Kelvin or degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. Delta will be same for every temperature scale. So 1 plus alpha 2. So it is alpha 2. Alpha 2 is here 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 70. So it is calculative. I don't think that it is just calculation. You can solve it now. So it's done from my side. So I'm informing to chemistry ma'am. Thank you for joining this session. Next chemistry.
Hi everyone. Let's start with the set 2 part of the chemistry. Today the paper was a bit moderate. It is not considered to be easy. Bit of calculations are involved in physical chemistry. But anyway, we can still expect a good percentile in this. So let's start with the second set of the questions. Here we have The questions were more of physical chemistry, bit of substitution oriented, but still left with certain calculations. So students, if they go wrong with the certain calculations, they may miss out the numerical based questions, but still can try them. Let us see the questions which are given over here. This is a particular question which is pertaining to D block elements, the inorganic part, which is very commonly answered in the practice examinations. So here the questions are: manganese ion undergoes disproportionation to. Disproportionation means undergoing oxidation and reduction. So you know that permanganate ion is, sir, your permanganate is undergoing disproportionation. You have your permanganate, manganate ion, which is in +6 oxidation state, undergoes oxidation to permanganate, in which manganese is in +7, and now undergoes also formation of manganese dioxide, a black powder, in which manganese shows oxidation state +2. So permanganate, manganate to permanganate is oxidation, and manganate to MnO2, manganese dioxide, is a reduction. So this phenomenon is called as disproportionation, and hence our answer will be 1. So this is the simplest, this is considered to be an easy one, theoretical question. Now let's go for the second question. Here also there is again a statement oriented question, which is again pertaining to nature of oxides, which comes under periodic table, and the second statement comes under octet rule. So there's a combination of periodic table along with the chemical bonding concept. So let us see. Here he says all the pairs of molecules PbO, PbO2, SNO, SNO2, germanium oxide, germanium dioxide are amphoteric oxides. So here we have PbO, PbO2 are amphoteric oxide, stannous, stannic, both are amphoteric oxides, but germanium oxides are distinctly acidic. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. Done? Let's go for the second question. Trihalides of boron, aluminium, which are covalent over here, they are having 6 electrons in their valence shell. It is definitely not satisfying octet. Boron hydride is not satisfying octet. Beryllium hydride, definitely only 4 electrons around beryllium. So it is also not satisfying octet. Then next NO2, this is also 7 electron system. So definitely it is octet incomplete. So the statement is absolutely correct. So here we say statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. So select the option using this. Statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. So option 4. So check the statements where you need to answer. Not always statement 1 and 2 are correct in the first and second. So coming sessions, this sort of shuffling will be there in the options. So be careful. Let's go for the third statement, third question in the set 2. Yeah, this is a physical chemistry question, mainly from stoichiometric calculation oriented, but still students consider it to be a moderate level. Let us see how can we solve this question. Here you have an organic compound. Say let us consider the organic compound is CXHY. It is combining with X plus Y by 4 molecules of oxygen to give rise to X moles of carbon dioxide and Y moles of Y by 2 moles of water. This is a regular hydrocarbon combustion reaction, as he uses the word ignited with excess of air. It is definitely a combustion reaction. So let us see, he has given us 80 ml. So when we have the stoichiometric volumes, one volume combines with X plus Y by 4 volumes of oxygen, giving rise to X volumes of carbon dioxide and Y by 2 volumes of water. This is the given stoichiometric ratio from the equation itself. Here we are given with 264 ml of oxygen. It is not necessary that the entire oxygen is being used for combustion. It can be an excess agent. Why? Because he said that some amount of after the gaseous mixture it gives 224 ml of the products, and after passing through KOH, he says 64 ml of the gas remains. So definitely you are passing excess of oxygen. So therefore, volume of oxygen consumed will be, you have passed 264 ml, right? So 264 minus 64 ml, which is only 200 ml is being consumed. So 64 was excess. Now he says that it gives 224 ml of the gaseous mixture. When passed through KOH, 64 ml remains. What is the gas which being absorbed by KOH is carbon dioxide. So therefore, because carbon dioxide is an acidic gas, KOH is a sink for carbon dioxide. So therefore, whatever the reduction in the volume from the 224 is nothing but the carbon dioxide. So volume of carbon dioxide formed will be 224 minus 64, which is 160 ml. Here you know that water is formed, but at NTP condition, water is not a gas. So that way we ignore the volume of water. So let us go for the ratios of all these now. When we are taking 1 ml, things are, but we have taken 80 ml. So let us see the values of X and Y. So you have here moles of carbon dioxide. So when you write moles of carbon dioxide formed will be 160 by 80, which is 2. Similarly, moles of oxygen used will be X plus, X is all, this is nothing but your X, all right, and then X plus Y by 4 is equal to, we had 200 by 80, which is 2.5. Now let us calculate the Y. Here you have X is 2, Y by 4, which is 2.5. So Y by 4 is 0.5 and Y is equal to 2. So we have X and Y same. So it is definitely the option 2, acetylene. The given hydrocarbon or the organic compound is acetylene. It is simple one. If you know the concept of the stoichiometry, the way they combine, the answer seems to be easier. Let's go for the next question. Here we have an organic question. It's a GOC question where we speak about the stability of the resonating structures. And he's asking us the most stable resonating structures. Though the question is slightly different from the regular organic reactions, students need not afraid, because you see the options, how they have given us, so that easily we can eliminate the options. Here he has given us 2 positive charges closer. We can eliminate this. Similarly, you have 2 positive charges on nitrogen, which is highly unstable. So this also we can eliminate. Similarly, coming to this, here also you have 2 positive charges closer. Students can also eliminate this area. It's by elimination we can say that this is the structure which is said to be stable form. So this is how JEE Mains, though it gives you certain questions which are different from regular process of learning, you can still approach by simple eliminations, and that is how you have done this question. Next comes, this is also an organic question. It is a sequence oriented, but it is a numerical based question. So students should know how to approximate it to the nearest integer value. Here, first one is nitration. Benzene on nitration gives you, A will be nitrobenzene. Tin in HCl, you know, nitrobenzene undergoes in acidic medium to form aniline. B is aniline. It's a reduction. Next comes acetyl chloride, N-acetylation. This is not undergoing any in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. You know, acetylation is taking place at the hydrogen of the amino group. So C will be acetanilide, NaH, C double bond O, CH3. This is the compound. We are actually decreasing the activity of the nitrogen. Next, coming to the D. After N-acetylation, we are again nitrating it. The major product will be definitely para-nitroacetanilide. This is your para-nitroacetanilide. But still, we are again hydrolyzing it. After hydrolysis, we are going to remove the acetyl group. You get your aniline amino group back. So para-nitroaniline is the product. Of course, you get your carboxylic acid, which is nothing but your acetic acid. He is asking about the nitrogen present in the compound. This is your organic compound whose molecular weight is 138. Gram molecular weight is 138. He is asking us percentage of nitrogen in the given organic compound. You know, 2 nitrogens are present whose atomic mass is 28, 14 twos, divided by 138 into 100. So you will have about 20%, 20.8% or 9%. You can write it as 21% as the percentage of nitrogen. So let's go for the next question. This is again an structural oriented, so you can also call it as complexes or regular chemical bonding oriented. Based on the hybridization, you can consider the shapes. You know that ammonium is sp3 hybridization, it will be tetrahedral. So your answer is one of them is ammonium. XeF4 is square planar with sp3d2 hybridization. You can eliminate this option. So this is not your one of the part of the answer. Tetrachloronucleotides, a weak field ligand, definitely sp3 hybridization. Tetrahedral, this is one of your option. Tetrachloroplatinate is square planar. This is also dsp2 hybridization. This is also square planar. DF3 trigonal planar. Tetracarbonyl nickel, definitely sp3 hybridization, tetrahedral. So total number of compounds are 3 with the tetrahedral geometry. So this is not that difficult area. You can happily do this. This is again a physical chemistry question, calculation oriented, but just simple calculations are involved in this. Let's do this. Here he says 1 gram of AB2. This concept over here, can you tell me the topic over here is definitely solutions topic, or rather specifically if you write colligative properties. Colligative properties, you have elevation, boiling point, depression and freezing point, relative lowering of vapor pressure as well as osmotic pressure. But here he is used freezing point. So here he is giving us delta TF. That means the depression and freezing point is the concept which is particularly involved in this. And he says here 1 gram of AB2 is dissolved in 50 grams of a solvent such that the freezing point difference is 0.689. When 1 gram of AB is dissolved in 50 grams of the same solvent, the freezing point difference is happening to be 1.176. Find the molar mass of AB2. This is the question. And he is also given an information that both AB2 and AB are non-electrolytes. So when non-electrolytes are considered, I will be Van 't Hoff's factor considered as 1. So let us write the formula related to this. Delta F is equal to I into Kf into molality. This is the related formula. Just substitute the data given, your answer is done. You can take 0.689 as the difference in the freezing point. I have told you since it is a non-electrolyte, I value is 1. Kf is already given as 5K Kj. Just substitute happily. And then molality. Molality is nothing but just take the number of moles of the solute by weight of the solvent in kgs. Alright, now let's do this. So you have 1 into 5 into number of moles is nothing but weight of the solute is given as 1 gram. By gram molecular weight, which I need to find out of AB2, into 1000 by weight of the solvent is also given as in grams, which is 50 grams. In fact, we don't require the second concept, second term, because we are directly finding the molar masses of just AB2. So, इसी के साथ you can finish it. Just do this.
20. All right, so you have 100 and into 100 by gram molecular weight of AB2, which is equal to 0.689. So gram molecular weight will be of AB2 will be 100 by 0.689, which is 100 into 1000 by 689, which is I think roughly 145 grams. So that will be your gram molecular weight of the non-electrolyte, which he asked us to find out, that is AB2. So your numerical value question is also done. So let's go for the next question if given. Yeah, the questions are done. Now we are waiting for the next set of questions. So we will see that next maths sir or physics sir will be catching up this. Thank you.
ఏం అప్లోడ్ చేశారు నెక్స్ట్ మ్యాథ్స్ చెప్పట్లేదు
అబ్బా ఏం కాదు
సార్ గివ్ యువర్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ అండ్ స్టార్ట్.
So let's discuss these problems. So in this question, beta, it's given two sets. A contains these elements and B contains 1 to 9 elements. And the number of, they're asking number of, they're asking number of strictly increasing function. Okay, first of all, beta, if they are asking number of strictly increasing function, it means function must be 1 function. Which types of function? 1 function. Okay, and it's also telling that f of I is not equals to I for all I belongs to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now so let's see. This is set 1 and this is set B. This containing 1 2 3 4 5 6 and set B containing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so when we making a function from A to B, it's telling that f of I is not equals to I. It means 1 will not map with the 1. 1 is not mapped with the 1. Okay, now it means if 1 is not mapping with 1, means 1 will map with 2 3 4 5 6, any one of them. And if 1 is mapping with 2 like this, so 2 may be mapped with 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 like this. It means this is one of the possible function mapping is possible. So according to this, there is remaining how many elements, beta? 8 elements. And how many elements have to map, beta? So 6 means 8 C 6. Simple. Out of 8, out of 9, 1 will left. So remaining 8 will left. So 8 C 6. When you solve 8 C 6, so 8 C 6 is also 8 C 2. So simply, beta, 8 into 7 into upon 2 into 1, that is 28. So according to this, which option is correct? Option 1 is correct. Okay, now move to the next question. Next question, if O is the vertex of the parabola x square equals to 4y and Q is the point on the parabola, C is the locus of point which divides the OC in 2:3, then equation of chord of C with bisector at point 1, 2. So first of all, draw the parabola this x square equals to 4y. This is x square equals to 4y. Okay. O is the vertex. So O is point 0, 0. And Q is any point on the parabola. So Q is any point on the parabola. So let us suppose any parametric point. So any parametric point beta. So y is 2t comma 2t comma t square. So back so it is. So when we take beta y coordinate, the y coordinate is t square and x coordinate is 2t. T square, when you put t square, we will get what? X square equal to 4t square means x equals to 2t. So this is parametric point. Now join this point to the O. Now C is a locus point on OC. C is locus point on OC. C is point on this. Dividing this into 2:3. Dividing this into 2:3 means 2:3. This locus point, so let us take h comma k. C is a locus point, so we will take h comma k. So first of all, according to section formula, calculate h and k. So 2 into 2t upon 5 equals to h, and 2 into 2 is 2 into t square upon 5, 2 plus 3 4, 2 plus 3 5, and that is equals to what beta? K. This is t square. Okay now. So from here beta, ठीक है, to t. This is t. So what is t from here? From here t equals to 5h upon 4. Substitute t in this equation. So 2 upon 5 into t square means 25 h square 25 h square upon 4 ka square 16 and equals to k. Simplify 5, this is 8. Means what will you get beta? 5 h square equals to 8k. Now replace h with x and k with y. So what? So this is a locus, and locus is again beta parabola. Locus is again parabola, and on this parabola we have to draw one chord with middle point. With bisector means middle point is given 1, 2. So what is the equation of chord if middle point is given beta? Simply t equals to s1. We know the equation s. What is s beta? 5x square 5x square 5 is x square minus 5x square minus 8y. Now substitute, point is given 1, 2. 1, 2. So what is t beta? Simply so 5 into x minus 4 y plus 2 equal to s1. S1 means 5 into 1 ka square minus 8 into 2. When you simplify it beta, 5x minus 4y minus 8 equals to 5 minus 16. When you simplify it beta, it will come what? It will come 5x minus 4y plus 3 equals to 0. This is a correct one. So first option is a correct one for this question. Understood? Now come to the next. Come to the next part. This question is from integration. Definite integration. This question belongs to definite integration, and question look like this. It's looking difficult, but it is not that much difficult beta. So how to start? First of all, break this question beta. First part and second part. Means I am writing this question I equals to, and this is minus pi by 6. Okay now? So minus pi by 6 to plus pi by 6. pi upon 1 minus sine modulus of x plus pi by 6 and plus beta 4x to power 11 1 minus sine modulus of x plus pi by 6. Okay, now see this problem, dx and this is also dx. When you see this both the part, you observe that this is a even function, and this is beta odd function minus pi by 6 से लेकर pi by 6. So whenever there is function odd function and minus a to a, so what is the answer beta? 0 for this case. So only remaining is this part. Okay na? And minus a to a, that is 2a. So I am writing beta 2 times pi will come outside, remaining beta 0 to pi by 6 1 minus sine and 0 to pi by 6 modulus of x is nothing but x. So simply dx upon sine one minus sine x plus pi by 6. Now we are going to multiply its conjugate in numerator and denominator beta. So 1 plus sine x plus pi by 6 divided by 1 plus sine x plus pi by 6. After that beta, when you observe a minus b into a plus b, a minus b into a plus b means what? A square minus b square means 1 minus sine square, that is what? Cos square. So in denominator cos square and in numerator 1 plus sine x. It's looking like this. So integration beta 0 to 2 pi multiply 1 plus sine x plus pi by 6 upon cos square x plus pi by 6. Now divide this partially. When you divide this partially beta, what will come? सर इसको कुछ नेक्स्ट पेज कर सकते हैं या ब्लैक होगा? ये नेक्स्ट पेज आ जाएगा. So so after this beta, after this what will come? 2 pi simple beta integration of sec square x plus pi by 6 0 से pi by 6 and plus tan of x plus pi by 6 into sec x plus pi by 6. When you simplify, you will get this one. Yes or no? Now integration of sec x, tan x, integration of this is sec x. Simple now. So after this beta, so this is tan x, so tan of x plus pi by 6 limit 0 to pi by 6 and this is sec x plus pi by 6 limit beta 0 से pi by 6 into 2 pi. Okay, now simplify it, substitute the value beta. So 2 pi into tan pi by 6 plus pi by 6, pi by 3, that is root 3 and minus 1 by root 3 plus, when you substitute beta, so pi by 3 2 or minus 2 by root 3. Okay, after simplifying this, you will get what beta? The correct answer is 4 pi. The correct answer is 4 pi. Understood or not? Yes. Okay. So for this beta, what is the correct answer beta? 4 pi. Understood? So now come to the next part. Next question is, okay. Next question is this one. This question is a limit question. This question belongs to limit part. and it's also very easy when you observe. Limit. So first of all, see this question, limit x tending to 1 ln function of this x plus 3 by function is given, and this condition is also given. We can utilize these conditions when required. So listen, so when we put beta x equals to 1 in this complete function, so what we will get beta? First of all, limit, we will write like this. When you substitute, it will get what? Ln limit f of x plus 2, ln is continuous function, that's why limit is going inside the ln. So limit x tending to 1 f of x plus 2 by f of 3 का whole power what? 18 by x minus 1 का whole square. When we substituting x tending to 1, this is f3 by f3 1, and here 18 upon 0 means 1 के power, this is 1 के power infinity form. 1 के power infinity form. So for solving 1 के power infinity form, there is formula e के power. We can apply the same things. So limit, first of all, log limit x tending to, we'll write like this. Listen, so ln e के power limit 18 upon x minus 1 का whole square into fx plus 2 minus f of 3 upon f of 3. Now x tending to, observe it beta. After that, f of x plus 2, x tending to 1 पे, x tending to 1 is again f3 minus f3, 0 by 0 form. Acha, when you simplify beta, log e means nothing but simple, it will come down and it looks simple like this. f3 upon, acha, f3 is nothing but beta, f3 is given what? f3 is given what? 18. So cancel out. So simplify it. So limit x tending to 1 f of x plus 2 minus f of 3 divided by x minus 1 का whole square. Now again substitute x equals to 1. So again beta f of 3 minus f of 3, 0, and again denominator also 0. So this is a form of 0 by 0 form. We can apply L'Hospital rule. So now I am going to apply L'Hospital rule. Okay. So when you differentiate beta, this is f dash of x plus 2, and here beta 2 times x minus 1, and this becomes 0. So I am writing here limit x tending to 1 f dash of x plus 2, f dash of x plus 2 upon 2x minus 1. Again beta, when you substituting, हाँ ठीक है, एक मिनट, f dash of 3 is what given beta? 0, means again it's 0 by 0 form. So एक्स्ट्रा स्लाइड किया था ना, वो मिस हो गया, फिर से लिखना होगा, एक्स्ट्रा स्लाइड ऐड करके किया था अगेन. अच्छा लिसन, तो आफ्टर डिफरेंशिएटिंग दिस पार्ट आई एम राइटिंग हियर, लिसन केयरफुली. तो आफ्टर डिफरेंशिएटिंग बेटा लिमिट x tending to 1 f dash of x plus 2 upon 2 times x minus 1. Okay now? Now f dash of, when you putting x equals to 1, f dash 3, and f dash 3 given what? 0. This is 0 and this is also 0. Again this is 0 by 0 form. Again we apply L'Hospital rule. Again we apply L'Hospital rule. After applying L'Hospital rule, f double dash x plus 2 upon denominator beta 2, and f double dash, when you putting x tending to 1 means this is f double dash 3 upon 2, and f double dash 3 is given 4, means 4 upon 2, that is what? 2. So this is easy question beta. When you start solving and applying the proper concept, proper limit concept, L'Hospital rule and 1 ka power e ka power 1 ka power infinity concept, you can easily solve this question. So what is the option beta? Second, 2 is the correct answer. Clear? Now next, come to next one. This one, okay. Now come to this part. In the binomial expansion of this ax square plus bx plus c, 1 minus 2x square, the coefficient of this x square, x cube is given minus 56, 0 and 0 respectively. Then we have to find a plus b plus c. Okay, now beta. So first of all, we will do the expansion of this part. After that, multiplying and we'll relate the, we'll go according to the questions x square and x cube. So x square plus bx plus c, an expansion of this beta, 26c naught, 26c naught, 1 ka power 26 and minus 1 ka power 26 and minus 2x ka power 0 plus 26c1, 1 ka power 25 and minus 2x ka power 1 plus 26c2, 1 ka power 24 and minus 2x power 2 dot last time beta 26c 26, 1 ka power 0 and minus 2x power 26. Okay, now after simplifying we will get what beta? Ax square plus bx plus c. After simplifying we will get what beta? 1 minus 52x, 1 minus 52x plus 1300 x square and dot will get like this. And according to question, coefficient of, they are asking coefficient of x square and x cube. So we'll take one more terms. That is, next term is minus 20800 x cube. Okay now? Okay. Now after beta, after this we'll multiply and find the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is nothing but b minus 52 c equals to minus 56 given. Okay now, next condition beta, coefficient of x square is nothing but a minus 52b plus 1300 c equals to 0, and coefficient of x cube is nothing but a minus 225b plus 400c equals to 0. 3 equations and 3 unknown. When you're solving 1, 2, 3, all these 3 equations, you will get a, b, c, and a equals to b equals to c equal to, you will get what beta? C is 3, a is 1600, and b is equals to 100, c is 1300. सर इरेजर ऑप्शन चला गया इधर से. $1300. So add this all the 3 and get the value. So what is the value of a plus b plus c beta? What is the value of a plus b plus c beta? Simply 1300 plus 100, 1400 plus 3, 1403. So 1403 is the correct answer for these questions. Option B. Understood? Now come to the next part. Done. Check कर ले. ये last question था ना? This is This is last. Yes. This is the last one. Okay, thank you.
So nice, sir. Next faculty will come for the next.
Bool na.
Navin.
Next time, sir. First. This is first and last time.
Yes, hello students. Let us go to the next question in physics. So they're asking us to find the change in internal energy of the gas if the delta T is given. Delta T is 10 Kelvin. Number of moles given is 10. Cp, they have given 7 calorie, so CGS unit. R also they gave it in CGS unit. They are asking us to find the internal energy change of the gas. So internal energy change is NCV delta T. So number of moles given is 10 into CV. Cp we know it is 7, R is 2. So CV will be 7 minus 2, which is nothing but 5. So 10 into 5 into delta T. Delta T is 10 Kelvin. So delta U will be 500 calories. So 500 calories will be the change in internal energy of the gas. Next, coming to the next question. They have given two mechanical waves of equal length and tension is also same in the two strings. Ratio of the linear mass densities is 1/2. So the speed of the wave is under root of T by mu. So velocity of the wave in the first string is under root T by mu, mu1, and V2 will be under root T by mu2. So they are asking the time taken for the wave pulse to travel from one end to the other end. So time taken is nothing but distance by speed, one end to the other end, and they have given the length of the string is constant in both the strings. So distance will be same. So time will be inversely proportional to velocity, and velocity is inversely proportional to mu. So time will be directly proportional to under root of linear mass density. So T1 by T2 will be under root of mu1 by mu2, which is nothing but 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 will be the answer for this question. Next, coming to the next question. A satellite is revolving around a planet in an orbit of radius 1.5 r. So 1.5 r. So they are asking what is the additional energy which has to be given to the satellite to transfer to an orbit whose radius is 3 r. So we know the total energy of the satellite is minus gmm by 2r. So the initial energy of the satellite, initial radius of the orbit is 1.5 r. And what is the final energy? So the final energy, the satellite is transferred to an orbit of radius 3 r. So the final energy of the satellite in that new orbit is by 6R. So what is the difference in this energy has to be provided to the satellite to go to the new orbit. So delta T, the change in total energy will be 1 by 3R minus 1 by 6R, which is nothing but Gmm by 6R. So they are asking the numerical value of it, Gmm by lambda R. So comparing with this answer, lambda will be 6. Coming to the next question, there are two springs. They have given the spring constant of the first spring and the second spring. They are connected in parallel. So the equivalent spring constant will be K1 plus K2. So the error will be added. So the error in the first measuring the first spring constant is 0.2, and error in measuring the second spring constant is 0.3. So the total error of the equivalent spring constant will be 0.2 plus 0.3, which is nothing but 0.5. And they are asking the percentage error in calculating the equivalent spring constant. So the percentage error is nothing but delta Q, the error divided by the equivalent spring constant, K1 plus K2, which is 20 plus 30, 50. So percentage they are asking, so into 100. So the total answer would be 1%. So the error, the percentage error in the equivalent spring constant will be 1%. Next, in a YDAC setup, they are inserting a slab in front of one of the slits. They are asking the shift of that central bright fringe. So the shift of the central bright fringe is 0.2 centimeter. So the shift of central bright fringe is nothing but mu minus 1 into T, which is nothing but YD by D. So the shift of the central bright fringe is given by 0.2 centimeter. So 0.2 centimeter it is shifting, and the refractive index of the slab is 1.5, and thickness of the slab. So thickness of the slab they are asking, and the central bright fringe is shifted by 0.2 centimeter. Centimeter into distance between the slits is 1 mm, 10 power minus 3 divided by distance between the slit and the screen is given by 50 centimeter. So 50 into 10 power minus 2. So this will be 0.5 into T, which is equal to 2 by 500 into 10 power minus 3. So 10 power minus 5. So T by 2 is equal to into 10 power minus 3. So T will be 4 by 500 into 10 power minus 3. 0.8 into 10 power minus 5. So thickness will be 8 into 10 power minus 6 meters, which is equal to 8 micrometer. So the thickness of this slab is 8 micrometer. Coming to the next question, there is a conducting square loop of area 1 meter square. It is placed perpendicular to a magnetic field whose magnetic field is given by sine 100 t. So the flux, we can write it as magnetic field into area. Magnetic field is sine 100 t into area. Area is 1 meter square. So flux we'll get it as sine 100t. So EMF generated in this loop is minus d phi by dt. Which is nothing but 100 cos 100 t. So they are asking the power, so minus doesn't matter. So average power they are asking for 1 half cycle. So power, so it is nothing but EI 100 cos omega t or 100t E into I. I is E by R, so into 100 cos omega t by resistance also is given as 100. So power average, so this instantaneous power is given by 100 cos square omega t. So the average value of cos square omega t for one cycle is 1 by 2. So the power average for one half cycle, one full cycle will be 50 watt. Next, the focal length of the objective lens and the eyepiece they have given as, the objective lens is 1.25 centimeter and the eyepiece focal length they gave it as 5 centimeter. The tube length they are given it as 26 centimeter and they are asking the magnification in a normal adjustment. So magnification of a microscope, compound microscope, formula is given by LD by F naught FE. Tube length they gave it as 26 into the least distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter divided by eyepiece focal length and objective focal length they gave it as 1.25 and 5 centimeter. So 1 by 4, so magnification would be 26 times 4, which is nothing but 104. So magnification in this case will be 104.
So hello students, let's discuss some of the chemistry part questions now. Overall, it felt like a chemistry paper was quite comfortable for the students who have focused on fundamental concepts in chemistry, right? Whether it is a physical chemistry, organic chemistry, and most importantly, inorganic chemistry also, very strong repeated type of questions, concept based questions they have asked. So we hope that all the students who have prepared with the resonance material must have done very well in their chemistry paper, at least to say, right? So let's see the remaining questions from chemistry part. This question is actually, he has given some molecular formula and he is saying that this compound is giving positive iodoform test, right? Positive iodoform test. And that compound on hydrolysis is giving some product, and this product is giving iodoform test and also tolerance test. Understanding the point? So compound is there, C6H12O3, and this compound is giving positive iodoform, right? And this compound on hydrolysis, it is giving some product. It is giving some product, and this product is giving positive tolerance and positive iodoform. Right now, so with this, what we can understand is, first of all, this is a question related to carbonyl compounds. Understanding, this is a question related to carbonyl compounds, and from the functional group analysis they have given the question. Now first point you see, the molecular formula of the compound is C6H12O3. 3 oxygen atoms to be there. So in the first compound 3 oxygens are there, second compound 2 only oxygens are there, eliminated. Third compound 1, 2, 3 oxygen atoms are there, fourth compound also 2 only oxygens are there, eliminated. So that means your answer should be between option 1 and 3 only. And coming to option 1, if you see, there is a methyl ketone, right? So methyl ketone is the one which will give positive iodoform test. Positive iodoform test. Therefore, first condition is satisfied here. Now coming to the second condition, second point, when this compound is hydrolyzed. When this compound is hydrolyzed, what we will be getting? It is actually a hemiacetal, right? And this hemiacetal on hydrolysis will give rise to CH3, C double bond O, CH2, CH2, and this hemiacetal will become a gem diol which will get converted into an aldehyde. Gem diol which will get converted into an aldehyde, right? So there is a methyl ketone here. There is a methyl ketone here, and also there is an aldehyde here. Therefore, it will be giving positive tolerance test and also positive iodoform test. Therefore, option 1 will become your answer. And coming to option 3, maybe it is a 2-alcohol, therefore iodoform test will be given, right now? But this is an ester. Ester on hydrolysis, what do we get? We will be getting CH3, CH, OH, CH2, CH2, COOH. So there is a 2-alcohol that iodoform test will be given, but there is no aldehyde here to give tolerance test. Therefore, it will be the compound option 3 compound will be failing to give tolerance test. Understanding? Therefore, option 3 also cannot be the answer. Everybody clear this one? Easy question only, comfortably we can do it. Then coming to next question, this is the question related to IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC plus structural isomerism. Chapter, right? And also this is a easy level of question that we will be, we can easily solve this question comfortably, right? So first point you see, propanol and propanone are functional isomers. Yes, because the propanol is CH3, CH2, CHO, and propanone is CH3, C double bond O, CH3. One is an aldehyde, another one is a ketone. So obviously they are the functional isomers, right? So option A is correct. First statement is correct, what you can understand. Second statement, ethoxyethane and methoxypropane. What is ethoxyethane? This is ethoxyethane and methoxypropane. This is a methoxypropane. In the first compound, towards the left side, C2 carbon chain is there. Towards the right side also C2 carbon chain is there. Whereas to the heteroatom functional group, in the left side C1 carbon chain is there, and in the right side C3 carbon chain is there. So on either side of the heteroatom containing bi or multiple functional group present compounds, if carbon chain lengths or carbon chain natures are changed, then they will be considered as metamers. Very, very, very important definition it is, that it comes multiple times in competitive exams, not only JEE Main, even in EPSET and NEET also this question, this metamerism concept is very important, and most of the students will be doing wrong because of the confusion. Understanding? So these two are metamers, perfectly you can match it. Coming to the third statement, butadiene shows optical isomerism. This is a typing mistake. Butadiene shows optical isomerism. Actually, butadiene is this compound. Butadiene is this compound, and this butadiene is not having any optical stereo center to show geometry, to show optical isomerism. Therefore, this statement is wrong, right now. But this butadiene is having geometrical stereocenter. This butadiene is having geometrical stereocenter that it can show geometrical isomerism but not optical isomerism. Sorry. Geometrical isomerism is possible, but optical isomerism is not possible. Understanding? Now going to statement D, but1ene and but2ene are functional isomers. Directly wrong, that you can understand it. But1ene and 2ene, positional isomers they are. Right now? And coming to fifth statement, pentane and 2,2-dimethyl propane. Pentane and 2,2-dimethyl propane are chain isomers. Obviously, it is correct because a pentane means N-pentane, you can understand, and 2,2-dimethyl propane is this one. So here the carbon chain, parent chain is with a C5, and here the carbon parent chain is with a C3. So there is a difference in the parent chain length. Therefore, they are chain isomers. So this is also correct. So which statements are correct here? Statement A, B and E. So where is this statement A, B and E? So option 3. To whatever information we got, so these are the one, and in the original questions there may be some statements difference can be there, data difference can be there, even in options also there can be some differences. Right now, these are the first level of information what we are receiving from the students, and from this we are discussing. So the final question, the actual question may have some difference in the content also, right? So let's move on to the next question. Which of the following compound is a paramagnetic in nature? That means this question is clearly, all options you can see, the question is from coordination compounds. The question is from coordination compounds, and he is asking which of the following compound is a paramagnetic in nature. How do we know that any coordination compound, coordination complex is a paramagnetic or diamagnetic? Is based on by knowing the ligand strength, which is given by CFT, crystal field theory, right? So this question is from CFT concept. Now going to the first question, as carbon as carbonyl ligand is neutral ligand, nickel is also neutral in oxidation number, nickel 0. So 28 is the atomic number that its electronic configuration becomes D8S2, and as no electrons are lost, and carbonyl is a strong field ligand, right now. These two electrons will enter into D8, that it becomes D10S0. So once it becomes a D10, there are no unpaired electrons. 0 unpaired electrons are there. So therefore it is diamagnetic in nature. Understanding everyone? This is diamagnetic in nature. Then coming to second molecule, second coordination species, nickel is in +2 oxidation state, right? So nickel atomic number is 28. That means nickel electronic configuration is a D8S2, but because of the +2 oxidation number, remove 2 electrons, that it becomes D8. Now to this D8, cyanide is the ligand, Cn minus is the ligand, which is a strong field ligand. Therefore, whatever these electrons are there, like these electrons are there, this also will enter into here, that it becomes like this. This will become empty. So there are 0 unpaired electrons, that this is also diamagnetic. Understanding in diamagnetic. Now coming to third one. By this you might have guessed this one. In this also it is in nickel +2 oxidation number. So from D8S2, 2 electrons to be removed off, that it becomes D8, and as Cl minus is a weak field ligand, whatever unpaired electrons are there like this, these unpaired electrons will be present as it is, they will not be paired up. Therefore, as the 2 unpaired electrons are present, this is a paramagnetic in nature. Very, very frequent type of set of molecules. It is n number of times these compound, these molecules are repeated till now in all types of competitive exams, right? And the last coming, that means answer is actually this only. Already answer we got. And see the fourth option also, cobalt in +3 oxidation number here. Cobalt is in a +3 oxidation number, and its atomic number is 27. Na? So when you go to 27, its electronic configuration should become D7s2, right? And removing 3 electrons from here, it becomes a D6. Now, as water molecule with cobalt +3 can act as strong field ligand, that pairing of electrons will happen, that it will become like this. Yes or no? Like this. So there are no unpaired electrons, that here also number of unpaired electrons 0, diamagnetic in nature. So therefore we can say very comfortably we can solve it. Maybe it is taking time because I want to show you the solution, but these molecules are very frequently asked, that students are already having in their mind that this which compound is a paramagnetic, which compound is diamagnetic. Directly you can opt it, right? So let's go to the next question here. Observe the following reaction sequence. What is a compound given? They have given a compound C4H8. Degree of unsaturation is there. So there is some DU, 1 is there. And whenever there is some degree of unsaturation, it may be because of the pi bond or a ring also. But this compound is undergoing addition of HCl. Addition of HCl, right now? So if it is addition of HCl, this DU is because of pi bond only. One pi bond only. So you can say that it is alkene. Alkene. Understanding? Na? Now to this alkene, when you are adding HCl, you are getting alkyl chloride. And to this alkyl chloride, that means this reaction is a electrophilic addition reaction mechanism, right? To this compound, you are adding ammonia. So whatever Cl minus is there, that will be removed, and in its place ammonia will be added. This is what nucleophilic substitution reaction, SN reaction, that you are getting amine as the product. Amine as the product. And what is the information he is saying? This amine is optically active. That means it should have some stereo center, optical stereo center or chiral center should be there, that the molecule will become chiral in nature or asymmetric in nature, right now? And this compound on diazotization, it should give alcohol. This is an obvious point, that whenever you take aliphatic primary amine, it will be, its a diazonium salt will be unstable, that it will decompose to give alcohol. So that is not, this part is not a very big information. It will not help us actually. But if you work out on this point, then we will be knowing it. So if you see the options, suppose if I take this option 1, so there is an alkane, 1-butene, to which if you add HCl, you will not get this compound, because to the 1-butene, if you add HCl by Markovnikov addition reaction, you should get 2-chlorobutane, right? This you should get as the product. But he has given 1-chlorobutane, which is anti-Markovnikov product, so that is not possible, right now? Understood? Second one, if it is a 2-butene, again giving anti-Markovnikov product, that is also not possible. Then third, if it is a 1-butene, adding HCl, you can get this product. Possibility is there. And this compound, if you treat it with ammonia, you should get amine, which can get converted into this one. And what you need to check, is this compound chiral or not? We have to understand it. In this compound, there are 4 different groups are there: ethyl, hydrogen, methyl, and amino group. All 4 groups are different. Therefore, this can be the perfect answer. Understanding? And now let us check the option 4 also. Suppose if I am having 2-butene, this also on reaction with HCl will be giving this product. This is also correct. And this compound with ammonia will be giving same product. That means even this is option C should be an amine. Option C should be an amine. Okay. That means it is not option 3 as the answer. Option 4 should be the answer. Understanding? Because option 3 should be amine and D should be alcohol. Here he has given C itself as alcohol. That is wrong. C should be amine. Therefore, option 4 will be perfectly matching. And because this also chirality is there, na? It is the same molecule here, whatever we are discussing. So this also very comfortably we can solve it. Little it will take time, but it can be done, right? So these are few of the questions from organic part. And now along with us we are having Rishi sir, who will be discussing all the maths test paper analysis, all the questions from which chapter they have come, and what is the approach in solving, and what is the level of the questions, right? So please Rishi sir, please continue with the maths test paper analysis.
Sir, ma'am. Good afternoon, students. So we'll be solving the remaining questions of mathematics. We already solved 15 questions. Now solve the remaining questions. There are 3 more questions we are going to solve in this session. I think one of us of ITF, inverse trigonometric function. Second is of series, and third is of area under the curve. Right. So let's solve them. This is a very simple question based on domain and of cos inverse and sine inverse. So what is the domain of sine inverse and cos inverse? Domain of sine inverse and cos inverse is -1 to 1. So we'll apply only one condition, which is that -1 to 1, right? So what I will say, that 2x minus 5 upon 11x minus 7 has to be between 1, 2 minus 1, and also 2x square minus 3x plus 1 has to be between -1 to 1. Correct? They both has to be between -1 to 1, because that is what anything is there inside sine inverse x or cos inverse x, then it has to, the x has to be between what? -1 to 1. So let's solve this part first. We have to solve it 2 parts. So we'll get 2x square minus 3x plus 1 greater than equal to -1, and 2x square minus 3x plus 1 less than equal to 1. If I bring it this side, I'll get 2x square minus 3x plus 2 greater than equal to 0. It's a quadratic equation, and if you calculate its discriminant, it is going to be 9 minus 16, which is negative. So it means it is always positive, right? So for this, the answer will be what? X belongs to R. For this side, if I see 1 and 1, I can cancel, and I'll get x common, 2x minus 3 less than equal to 0. So I'll get x belongs to 0 to 3 by 2, right? 0 to 3 by 2. Let's solve the other part of this side, which is we are getting 2x minus 5 upon 11x minus 7 plus 1 should be greater than equal to 0, and 2x minus 5 upon 11x minus 7 has to be less than 1. So let's solve this side first. I will get 2x minus 5 plus 11x minus 7 upon 11x minus 7 greater than equal to 0, which is nothing but 13x minus 12 upon 11x minus 7 greater than equal to 0. And if I solve this side, I'll be getting 2x minus 5 upon 11x minus 7 minus 1 less than equal to 0. If I take LCM, I'll get 2x minus 5 minus 11x plus 7 less than equal to 0. 11x minus 7. If I simplify this, I will get 2 minus 9x. 11x minus 7 less than equal to 0, right? So if I take the intersection of these two, I am going to get 12 by 13 to 2 by 9, and for this one we already have the answer as 0 to 3 by 2, and this is the answer as 12 by 13 to 2 by 9. So if I compare with this, the given answer, I will be getting A to be how much? 3 by 2, and B to be how much? 2 by 9, right? So if I multiply A and B, A into B will be how much? 3 by 2 into 2 by 9, which is 1 by 3, and they have asked us 1 upon AB, which is 1 upon 1 by 3, which will be equal to how much? 3, right? The correct answer for this is what? Option number 2, B. All right. Next question. This is a question based on series. It's a very interesting question. What happens is we look at this and we get afraid of this. But let's see, let's simplify this, and then we'll get to know how to solve this, right? So what I will do, I will write an plus 1 is equal to an by 2 plus this I am going to separate n square and this. So I'll get n square over n square n plus 1 whole square minus 2n plus 1 upon n square into n plus 1 whole square, right? From here n square cancel. So I'll be getting an by 2 plus 1 upon n plus 1 whole square. And what am I doing here in the first step? I'm adding here n square and subtracting n square, right, on this side itself. So what I'll get? I will be getting minus of n square, this into this, and this will be combining. This will be combining, and I'll be getting
Go to the drawer. Drawer next to.
minus of n plus 1 whole square plus n square upon n square n plus 1 whole square, right? So if I simplify this again, I'll be getting an by 2 plus n plus 1 whole square plus 1 upon n plus 1 whole square minus 1 upon n square. Just a minute. Right. So what I'll get, an by 2 plus 2 upon n plus 1 whole square minus 1 upon n square. I will send this thing to that side. So what I'll get, an plus 1 minus 2 upon n plus 1 whole square equal to an by 2 multiplying divided by 2. I'm dividing, I'm getting half. Now what I say this to be Bn. So I'll be getting Bn plus 1 equal to half Bn. It means this converts into what? GP. This is a geometric progression with common ratio half. If I want to find the first term, I can write B1 to be how much? B1 to be how much? If I put it here, I'll get A1 by 2 minus 2 upon 1. A1 is how much? 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. So if I do the sum of infinite series, I'll be getting A upon 1 minus R, which is minus 1 upon 1 minus 2, which is minus 2 mod, which will be how much? 2. The answer for this is how much? 2. And this is a very interesting question based on area under the curve. What they are saying, this is an ellipse, x square plus 4y square less than or equal to 4. If I draw this ellipse, I'll be getting like this, right? It has, this will be 2 comma 0, this will be 0 comma minus 2, this is 1 comma 0 and minus 1 comma 0. And if I draw these two lines, right, there will be 4 lines actually like this, right? So if I find the area of this, they have given less than and less than. So if I find the area, the required area is what? This area, right? And as it is symmetrical, what I can say, if I find the area of this one part, I can multiply it with what? 4. So the required area will be 4 times of this. Now we need to find this point of intersection, which is how much? 1.6 comma 0.6, right? Now the easiest way to do this question is by subtracting the right curve minus the left curve, right? Which is going to be 4 into integration of 0 to 0.6, right? If I find this curve, I'll be getting root of 2 into 1 minus y square, 4 into 1 minus y square minus 1 plus y dy, right? If I solve this equation, I'll be getting 4 into, this I can take 2 common, so I'll be getting 2 into 0 to 0.6 root of 1 minus y square minus y square by 2, right? If doing the integration of this integration will be what? A square minus x square, so which will be 4 into 2 into y by 2 into root of 1 minus y square plus 1 by 2 sine inverse of y, right? Y, and this is minus y square by 2. On substituting the limit, I'll be getting the answer as what? D. All right. These are all the three questions, final three questions of mathematics. Now we have chemistry questions. Now, ma'am will be doing it.
Yeah, let's continue the remaining questions which we have got freshly with respect to chemistry. I'm Gayatri, continuing chemistry session over here. Yeah, so here we have got 5 more additional questions which are a bit, some are numerical and are MCQs. Let's complete those. Yes, this question pertains to structure of atom.
Pencil. Crush. No, no. Pen, pen, pen.
Yeah, here we have structure of atom, the simple theory question. So no numerical over here, no calculations. Students can definitely, but it is a moderate question. When electric discharge is put on hydrogen, it emits discrete frequency in electromagnetic spectrum. This statement is absolutely right, because we know that whenever discharge, when hydrogen gas is subjected to any discharge, the electrons get, the splitting of, when you can see the electrons absorbing energy and exciting and de-excitation takes place. So you get spectral lines, especially discrete line spectrum is observed. So you know that they are falling in visible and UV IR region. So they are in the electromagnetic spectrum. So you can see the emissions. Next comes frequency of He plus ion in second line of Balmer series. He's asking us if it is equal to first line of Lyman series of hydrogen atom. So if we want to calculate, first of all, we need to use Rydberg's equation. So Rydberg's equation, nu bar equal to RH into Z square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. When we substitute for the second line of Balmer series, Balmer series, N1 is 2 and N2, because it is a second line, it comes from 4th orbit. So 4 to 2. So when you substitute for helium, whose Z square is 4, you have 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16, which is RH into 3R by 4. Sorry. We can write it as 3RH by 4. This is your nu bar for helium. This is the expression for Lyman series 2. For Lyman series, when we apply the first line, he says, what is the first line? When it comes from 2 to 1. So you have your nu bar is equal to RH, Z square is 1, 1 by N1 square minus 1 by 4. This is again 3R by 4. So therefore, statement 2 is also correct. Both 1 and 2 statements are correct. So that is your theory plus a numerical small calculation oriented. Next comes, this is again from the D block. You can also say that it's a practical oriented also. Here, dichromate sodium chloride, we get chromyl chloride. Chromyl chloride, CrO2, Cl2. Chromyl chloride treating with sodium hydroxide, again you get sodium chromate, Na2CrO4. Sodium chromate, again treating with peroxide, definitely you get butterfly structure, chromium peroxide, CrO5, which is blue in color. This chromium peroxide, he is asking number of oxide ions, peroxide atoms. Peroxide atoms are, you have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So X is equal to 4. All these have -1 oxidation state each. Oxygen. Number of O-2 ions are only 1. This is your O minus 2 ion. So Y will be equal to 2. Y will be equal to 1, sorry. Then next, because you have only one oxide. Now oxidation state of chromium in Z plus 6. So you'll have in C, which is chromium chloride, Z is 6. So answer will be 11. So you need to just count the oxygen atoms which are in minus 2 oxidation state. Count the oxygen atom which is minus 2 oxidation state. And he's asking us the oxidation state of chromium by itself, which is plus 6. So it's an easy form of question. Just know the structure of the compound. You can do that. Then let's go for the next question. You have here again an qualitative analysis question, inorganic, practical inorganic question. The question pertains to inorganic chemistry, practical oriented questions. Students who are not doing practicals or not knowing the theory of the identification of the cations will be facing in a problem in this. Here you are able to get lead chromate. A is PbCrO4. Now you can eliminate option 4 because your remaining 3 have lead chromate, yellow color precipitate. Then lead chromate is treated with sodium hydroxide where we get a complex formation. B is PbOH taken 4 minus 2. That is a complex formed, soluble form. The precipitate dissolves. This is your part. Remaining you can eliminate. So obviously without seeing C itself you have picked up your option. That is nothing but option 3. C is nothing but your lead acetate. Whenever you're combining lead sulfide with ammonium acetate, you get lead acetate. So that is your answer. So option 3. Now let's go for the next question. Yeah, this is a physical chemistry question and numerical based question. How will we do this? He has given the data pH, which is 5. He has also given us conductance, that is G, which is 4 into 10 power minus 5 Siemens. Now he is asking us lambda infinity, to calculate lambda infinity using some other values also is given as the cell in which the electrolyte or the solution is taken, where the area cross section is given as 1 square centimeter, length of the electrodes is given as 15 centimeters, or the distance between the two electrodes happens to be 15 centimeters, which we can calculate the G star. What is G star? Cell constant, L by A, which is 15. Now let us substitute what actually we want to calculate, lambda infinity. Since he is already told the degree of dissociation is asking us to assume to be very less, and you know that alpha is equal to lambda m by lambda infinity, all right, and we have lambda m as K into 1000 by concentration. So many formulas we are supposed to use in this particular calculations. All formulas in this, we are almost using 4 formulae. Okay? One we already used G star is equal to K. K is nothing but what? G star. So let us calculate K now. We have 4 into 10 power minus 15 into 15 into 15, which is nothing but you have 60 into 10 power minus 5. Sorry, this is 5. 60 into 10 power minus 5, which is 6 into 10 power minus 4. This is your K, Siemens centimeter inverse. Now you have to find out lambda m, where I'm going to substitute in this formula. And concentration, how will I avoid the concentration term? Because in the question there is no concentration term. We are given pH as 5. What is the relation for a weak acid or for a given acid? H plus ion concentration is equal to C alpha, and alpha you can replace it as C is into lambda m by lambda infinity. Yeah, this is the formula where we have introduced lambda infinity, which we are going to now calculate. Lambda m is ready. We are with that and just substitute that. So now we will just calculate H plus ion concentration is given as 10 power minus 5. which is equal to C into alpha lambda m by lambda infinity. So substituting here, C into lambda m is K into 1000 by C into lambda infinity. I'm cancelling C. So C ka no use at all. That's the reason the concentration of the solution is not given. Now you just substitute. K we have already found out 6 into 10 power minus 4 into 10 power 3, that is 1000 divided by lambda infinity. And what is the H plus N concentration which is given as 10 power minus 5. Since pH is 5, H plus N concentration is 10 power minus 5. So lambda infinity is equal to 60,000 Siemens centimeter square per mole. So this is a bit of usage of more formulae basically. So if you are using the formulas one into the other substituting, you can complete this. This is a numerical based question. All right, let's go for the next question. Now this is an organic question. Every student finds organic is easy because they are all reagent oriented. Here we are using P treating with ammonia followed by heating to give you Q on treating with bromine KOH you're getting C. This is a area where there is no JEE Mains paper without this pattern of questions. Usually amines are always asked. So carboxylic acid, when you're treating with amine, acid-base reaction, you're followed by heating, you get an amide. So I have to select P should be a carboxylic acid. So I will eliminate 3. I will may involve second option and fourth also. Now I've eliminated one option. Now let's go with the Q. If you are heating with ammonia, you get an amide. What is that amide over here? You have Q over here, amide. This is not their answer, so I will eliminate second one. And Q is amine over here, which I am also eliminating. So after getting an amide, this is Hoffman's degradation reactions or Hoffman's hypobromite reaction. Where you are getting amine with 1 carbon less. So therefore, your answer is 1. So that ends your chemistry questions pertaining to this particular shift. And the paper was moderate to easier. We cannot say it is easy because students are facing all the 3 papers. So they definitely have a problem in recollecting things. So definitely some of you all must have done very well. And let's go for the afternoon session when the paper is released. Okay, thank you.
All right, so after this, we are going to go in the analysis mode. What is this actually analysis mode is going to be? It's basically, we are just kind of like taking a summary here, what went there, and the question came from 11, the question came from 12, whether they are very easy, very hard, or somewhat like a medium level. So here we have the physics analysis. As you can see here, first, we are going to check how many questions we got, like roughly getting from 11th and 12th class. As you can see, starting from this, we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and that is what I called roughly nearly half of from 11th and roughly half from 12th, which means the question paper was very balanced. They didn't heavily rely on one particular thing, even though the 12 chapters are sort of like less, more weightage one, but they kind of like balanced in this thing. But what is interesting here, which you want to find out here, is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. These were medium type questions. What I mean by medium type and easy type, easy meaning formula and just one line calculation. Medium here was formula, but it was heavily calculated. Some of the questions even have a margin of like in terms of like 2 digits of the decimal. So the calculative part was really tough in these things. That's why they are medium. Otherwise, entire questions, whether we take it from 11th or whether we take it from 12th, they're all are formula based. Now moving on to individually here, starting with the RBD, which is called rigid body dynamics. It's one of the important chapter from the 11th class. Now here we got rotational dynamics, and RBD was once again appear as a mod, as a moment of inertia. Both are from 11th. They are formula based, but one of them were calculated. That's why medium. Now moving on to the, we got here second thing which is important is modern physics. Now this thing appear twice as well, but if you count the wave optics also into this thing, then it could be like 3 or 4 times. So in modern physics we got here closest distance approach, which was very easy. All you had to do is kinetic energy converted into potential energy. However, the calculation part was a bit difficult if you're having a difficulty with putting the value of E. And then here we got photoelectric effect, traditional question, kind of like subtopic which you generally just see that thing in the start of the modern physics. So overall, if you did this chapter on surface level, even on the surface level, they're not going to be difficult. At least putting the formula part, that is not going to be difficult. However, the calculation was difficult. Then we have here 12th class capacitance, semiconductor, electromagnetic wave, and then we have this wave optics right here, which is having YDSA. If you did the YDSA in CBSE, it's gonna be way easier. For the board, it's gonna be way easier because there's only one tiny change, and that is they didn't ask what is a fringe wave, they didn't ask the traditional thing. They asked what if there is a slit, what if there is one change happen to the slit. That particular variation you're only going to get in a coaching industries. Now that makes it slightly difficult only in this part. Now, other than that, we got electromagnetic induction and ray optics. Even though I consider ray optics to be one of those chapters where you at least get like 2 questions, but here it only happens like once. And we didn't expected this thing. It came from a compound microscope. Yes, it was simply a formula, but the compound microscope is one of the subtopic which happen at the end of at the end of the ray optics. So for this particular one, I would highly advise you that even if you kind of like one of those guys which kind of like leave the last subtopic because they are at the end, in this paper we learn we should not at least just make a small short notes or just write a formula. That would be enough because this was way easier, but if you left it, it's going to be problematic. Now this thing is regarding 12th. Let's see the 11th one, which is mostly mechanics. Once again, RBD asked twice, so I'm not going to talk about that. Now here we have fluid mechanics, here we have thermal expansion, thermodynamics, important chapter, happen in chemistry and as well as physics. And luckily here the question they ask about internal energy, which you can do even if you did the chemistry portion. If you just did the thermodynamics in chemistry, it's gonna be smooth sail. Now after that we got string wave, gravitation, error and measurement. This one of the wild card here we got is error and measurement, and we got here unit and dimension. These chapter we consider like very small one, but they got a question at the very least, so that make them very important. And overall I would say 11th was not that difficult. It was formula based, you could do it, but you have to pay attention a lot compared to the 12th one. So bottom line, in physics it was the same as the last year, it was the same as the year before that. It wasn't difficult, it was formula based. However, calculation was really needed here. So when you are solving the question, make sure you just mark all of the easy question and mark hashtag or something for calculative one. That I will highly advise you do that, because if you do in last 20 minutes, you can do those calculation and voila, you will get a lot of marks in this thing. So that is all from my side, from physics side, Zakir Hussain. Now I will hand over analysis part to sir. Next, sir.
Good afternoon, students. Once again, we'll be doing the analysis of today's paper. So we have roughly around 20 questions from mathematics, and we'll see from 11th how many questions we have got, what kind of difficult questions we had, and all this stuff. Okay. All right. So the first question we saw is of trigonometry. 11th question. It was a very easy question. Cosec 10 and sec 10. It was a very easy question. First one, right? The second question was a matrix. It was a bit lengthy. So that's why we'll say we have considered it to be a difficult one. It was a lengthier one. It was not very difficult, but it was you can say a lengthy question. That's why we considered it to be in the difficult category. It was from adjoint topic, right? The third question was of definite integration. Definite integration properties, sine 2x, sine x, and this. It's from 12th, and it was of a medium category, right? It was not very difficult or not very lengthy also. It was something kind of a moderate level, not very simple also in general, what we get. Next question was a differential equation. It was very simple, right? It was a variable separable question, and it is of 12th. Next question was of quadratic equation, and it was a very easy question for modulus, right? Mod of x minus 1 whole square. So it was a very simple question. Then number of relation, it was of PNC and relation combination wise. It was from 11. We can also say it to be a moderate level, not a easy level question, because you need to know how many number of relations are there, right? Then the next question is of area of triangle, two parallel lines questions, right? And it was a very basic trigonometry. We don't need to know a lot of 11th or 12th trigonometry. We just need to know a very basic trigonometry. I think even if you are from 10th standard, you can do that if you know a basic of trigonometry, right? So that was also from trigonometry 11th standard. Then the next question was of circle, to find the locus of one point from the circle, right? It was also you can say a moderate level question, and it's of tangent topic. Then the next question was of series, sequence in series, geometrical progression, A1 plus A3, A5 wala question. So that was from 11th, right? And that was also moderate. It was also not easy. We can say it is also not easier one. The next question was of complex number. I think this one was an easier question. It was just a topic based on omega complex cube root of unity. So if you have done that part, it will be very easy to solve, right? So that's why we have considered to be in a HG category, right? Statistic questions also very simple. X and Y questions. If you just know about the mean and the variance, you can easily do that question. So that is of we have considered to be an easy part, right? It is of 12 topic. Then the next question was of conic section. Question based on ellipse, hyperbola, both combination topic combined, and it was also a bit lengthy. That's why we have considered to be in moderate level. It was not a very easy question, not a very difficult one, but we can say a bit lengthy. Then the next question was of function, number of function. You can say this one was a question which you have to think a bit. It was not very simple, right? So we can consider it to be moderate to difficult one, depending on what kind of preparation you have done, right? Then the next question is of parabola. This was also moderate. It was from 12 topic, right? Then the next question was of definite integration based on even and odd function. It was a bit lengthy. That's why we have considered moderate. So overall questions, if you see, we got very few easy questions in this. Most of the questions are moderate, and hardly 1 or 2 questions or 3 questions are of difficult level in mathematics. Then the next question was of limit, right? It was on e to the power based question, right? So that question is also from 11, and it was of moderate level. Then the next question is of binomial theorem. This question involves a lot of calculation, so I will not consider it to be an easy one. If you were in the exam, I will say that you could have also leave this question because it was a bit calculative question. So that's why we are considered to be in a difficult level. The equation was not very difficult to get, but the calculation was a bit challenging one. Then the next is of function. This question I just solved this in front of you. This was a very easy question based on domain of sine inverse and cos inverse. So I'll consider it to be moderate to easy one, right? Then the sequence and series question. This is also a very challenging question. It is not, you can say it's an easy one. So not everybody would have got this question, but it was not very difficult also. And the last question is of area under the curve. This was a difficult one because calculation wise it was a bit lengthy. So overall, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4 questions we have got easy, right? Then 4 easy questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 questions were of moderate type, and 3 questions were of difficult type, right? So the overall, I can say the maths paper was as general how it is always. It is of moderate to a bit difficult level. So it has been how it has been always in mains, right? Now I'll be giving to chemistry ma'am. She'll be happy.
back to analysis of chemistry paper. Today the chemistry paper was moderate. Actually, we have expected to be easier one, as students think that compared to physics, maths, chemistry is easier, but it is not of that easy kind, because some questions were memory based. So memory, it's not conceptual memories, but it is purely theoretical memory based on the practical chemistry. So if the students have understood or memorized the practical areas, what they do in the laboratory, so I think they can also do those. So definitely on an average, if you consider, it is a moderate paper. Let's see the questions, what you have done. Sir. Yeah. So first here we have mixture. Organic questions are also were, most of them were sequences, and one involving mole concept also, calculation of the molar mass of the product. So it is definitely asked in a numerical value question as expected. Now let us see the questions, and you all know, you should know that 11 questions or 12 questions were there from first year, that is 11th standard. So it's a mixture of 11th and 12th homogeneously. And whatever the questions we could gather, out of which we have made this analysis. Some questions were yet to come, but we could gather only these many. It's not less. It is almost 22 questions out of 25 we could gather. It's a good analysis. We can make it up. So here, first one is second year question, which is a combination of haloalkanes along with carboxylic acid, because the sequences one. So we have made it. Yeah, first one is an easy level, since it is a sequential question. Second is chemical kinetics. It is also a formula based question. Students may find it difficult in substitution followed by calculation. So at least knowing the formula, coming session students or coming shift students can know which areas they have to stress on. So chemical kinetics, activation energy as question was there. So you can also expect order based or even graph based questions next time. So it is a simple formula oriented. We will consider it to be medium question. It's not a easy one, because you have to do the calculations. Otherwise, it was considered to be an easy one. Next comes some basics of estimation of quantitative analysis of the organic compounds or heteroatoms in the given organic compound. Sulfur estimation is being given. It is also a formula based question. It is simple calculations, and they were also easier. So we have considered to be an easy one. You can also, all the students are requested to know the formulas of all the elements which are there in the organic compounds, like phosphorus, halogens, then sulfur, nitrogen, and especially Geldan's method. Since it has not been asked this time, coming shifts can expect Geldan's method or Dumas method also. Next, we are going with the periodic classification. It's a general trend question, but the trend was asked in multiple trends, not single periodic property. Several periodic properties were put, so students should have the idea of all the periodic properties and the nature of oxides and their gradation. So that is the reason, since it's a mixture, we categorized as a medium based question. Next comes biomolecules. It was a theoretical question, purely memory based. Students should know which are essential and non-essential amino acids, acidic and basic amino acids. If the memory is not there, it is definitely a difficult task for them. So we just note it as medium based. It is purely from NCERT. Students should know that both the statements will be known only when you are thorough with the NCERT textbook. Then next, mole concept. This was again a stoichiometry. It's a limiting agent and excess agent question. It's a substitution. Simple calculations were there, but students should know that one of the component which is limiting agent should be registered in their minds. Otherwise, they cannot solve the question. So we can also categorize that as a medium based question. D and F block, of course, that was a simplest question where a disproportionation reaction was there, where manganate ion was undergoing disproportionation. It's a repeated question in the PYQs too. So definitely it's an easy one. Next, we're going with the chemical bonding, where we are given about the octet rule octet satisfying, and also the nature of oxides, whether they are amphoteric or oxides. So it's actually a combination of periodic table and chemical bonding. In fact, this is considered to be easy or moderate. Many students could have answered that easily. Next question which we discussed in this shift is again one more thing from mole concept. It is actually by heat of combustions. When we did the calculations to find out by the given weight of organic compound, what is the amount of carbon dioxide and water vapor present, calculation oriented. So let us say that it is also a medium one. General organic chemistry resonance, only one question was there in the GOC. Simply stability of the resonating structures. So based on the whatever the charges which are present, we have analyzed, it is definitely a medium based question. Next, let's go for the aromatic and amines interconversions. Every student will think that conversions are easy. That will be there only when you know the reagents. So get thorough with the reagents, and if the reagents are not there, it will be definitely considered as hard. Otherwise, it is said to be a medium one too. Chemical bonding, Vesper theory, that actually was an easy question. So based on the shapes, whether it's a tetrahedral, octahedral, based on the hybridizations and shape, you could have done that question. Solutions, colligative property was asked. It's again a calculation oriented. Physical chemistry questions were quite good this time in this shift. So carbonyl compounds, the functional group analysis, whether it is aldehyde or ketone, facing the given tests in the questions. So unless you know the test, it is not. So we will consider it to be a medium question. Next comes isomerism question. Of course, that was an easy question. Students can have answered that based on the 11th standard. Then next comes coordination compounds based on the magnetic moments, the unpaired electrons, and whatever the number of unpaired electrons by which you can say whether they are showing paramagnetism or diamagnetism. Most commonly asked in every shift. This every student should know that how to write the configurations based on the strength of the ligand, and then we can go for the unpaired electrons and then the magnetic moments. So it is considered to be easy because many students have been practicing that area. And then next, you also have isomerism. Again, the same thing, the structure, coordination compounds, almost 3 questions were being asked in this shift. So students should know the weightage of this chapter, and resonance has taken several areas where we have given assignments based on this chapter also. So please practice for this. And next comes atomic structure, where we have been given the statement related questions. Of course, we could have done that. Practical inorganic chemistry, this is the area which I think, though theoretical, it will be a hard area because students never do practicals in the classes, or rather they don't pay attention in memorizing the terms. Identification of cations, anions is very much important. Please see that you go through the fundamentals, the group reagents, and at least one identification confirmatory test. Identification plus confirmatory test. Go through them. Here we have been given 2 questions in this shift. Ionic equilibrium, conductance, this is multiple formulas were used over here. So definitely we will not consider not only medium, I can also use it as difficulty level. All right. Then next comes aromatic. That was a medium and rather easier one too. So this is the analysis which we can say chemistry is having. So don't think that chemistry will be a cakewalk and we can do maximum 20 questions from chemistry. Students faced in the shift 1. So try to pay attention with the reagents. Organic questions are good enough. Physical chemistry, they have tried to balance all the areas. And I think some of the questions with related to thermodynamics are missing. So we did not get from the questions from that area, but do practice thermodynamics also. Anything simple calculation oriented also, if they are given, try to not miss here onwards. So just see the calculations, and whatever the values which are given are matching with the given answer. So numerical based questions are also very easy, and nothing to worry with respect to numerical based questions. This is from chemistry analysis of shift 1. Thank you. We will continue with the next shift at 7 o'clock. Thank you.